All right. Welcome to tonight's episode of Roll of Passage. Once again, we're a group of friends who play Dungeons and Dragons to learn more about ourselves and each other through the art of collaborative storytelling. This session will likely contain strong language, possible scenes of violence, and other adult tones, so viewer discretion beware. Let's jump into tonight's session. So, after making your way from Wanderlust out into the Green Sea, you, a group of misfit adventurers, ran across a series of troubles. First, a massive storm rolled in, slowing down your progress across the grasslands. Next, attracted by some dancing lights in the mist, Thalia went to investigate, sadly losing her beloved pony, Mick Jagger, obviously named after the famous halfling bard, Nicholas Jagger, the small man with the big swagger. Poor little Mick was consumed and suffocated by a shambling mound that was working its way through the Green Sea in a symbiotic relationship with some will-o-wisps. A lot of you fought tooth and nail to bring those creatures down, dispatching the shambling mound and causing some of the will-o-wisps to flee into the storm. Beaten down, bloody and muddy, you set out to find some shelter from the storm and a place to rest. Aided by a great search roll by Alora, you were able to find a large boulder, probably deposited in a previous ice age, into the middle of these grasslands and conveniently cracked down the center for some convenient cover. Some of you decided to eat some psychedelic mushrooms, while others slept or kept mostly to themselves. Now, after an almost 16-hour rest out of the rain, the sun is trying its best to crack through the porridge-thick clouds above, and the torrential rain has recently slackened to just a fine mist. So, as of yet unnamed adventuring party, what would you like to do?
Light a fire for breakfast?
You guys were keeping watch through the whole thing, so there would be a fire, or at least coals going.
Okay.
Are mushrooms like that everywhere, or are they pretty rare to find?
Can I roll a check on that? Does Thalia know?
Roll a nature check.
Just because, like,
Looks different.
I discovered so many new things about myself, like who I am, what I want, the things I've been through, and I even got like these messages from like how to cast new spells, and I can't even do them yet. I don't know, like if I could ever do those again, I would.
Wait, what's a mushroom?
You did some last night.
I did?
Or
Was that... Oh.
You were staring at the wall for...
Yeah, I feel actually really good and really light. I was, Mum and I had like a really good time. We were just like chatting, and I was like sharing all
Here.
of the things. It was like, yeah, she was like on the wall. And we were just like talking and like keeping track, and she was really worried about me, but like actually we were all fine. So, yeah, mushrooms. Mushrooms?
I rolled a 20, so I know a lot about mushrooms.
Okay. All right, let's try this again, shall we? With, proper happy internet this time. Sorry about the that blip there, but better we caught it now than like an hour in. Also gonna remember to actually hit the record button this time, so.
We're starting over.
All right, so you guys are all at camp. It has been a long 16-hour rest. Well, 8 hours of not rest, and then 8 hours of rest in reverse orders for some of you because you fell asleep right away
Yeah.
and then
I've
picked a
been
fight.
sleeping. Oh, I picked a fight. I went back to sleep because that exhausted me.
But now it is the next morning. It is sort of a gray day, still misty out, but no longer raining, no longer thunderstorming, just sort of generally miserable. So, what do you guys want to do now that we're not dropping frames every 4 seconds on the stream?
I rolled a 20 on my nature check, by the way.
Right. So 20 on your nature check. You're not a gardener, but you grew up in a village of gardeners and farmers. And mushrooms that people eat that make them hallucinate are everywhere. Now, they're not prevalent. You can't just walk down the road and be like, oh, there's one and eat it. Like, you've got to know what you're looking for and really understand mushrooms. So you probably wouldn't be able to just go foraging all the time and find these things. But you know that they had them back in the valleys of Thurian. And here you are thousands of kilometers to the southwest from there in the middle of the Green Sea, and you found them growing on a monster. So it's fair to assume that there are happy mushrooms everywhere.
Happy mushrooms.
Say that to X.
Oh, like I've actually never even had mushrooms, so the fact that there are normal mushrooms and now magic mushrooms is a little bit overwhelming. But can you confirm that I was like talking to my mum last night? Like she was there, right?
No, but you can, X. That's all that matters.
I'm just gonna walk off and try to figure out what happened.
Roll an insight check. No, I'm kidding.
Roll a self-awareness check.
All right, well, where is the direction of the tree? We have to keep heading that way, right?
Yeah, let's go. Where are we going? Who's got the map?
I'm gonna bring out the map and spool it out. All the leather. It's not staining anything from all the rain. It's just.
It's
fine.
been waxed.
Okay,
So it's
waxed.
meant. It's literally meant to be a travel map. So
Okay.
Okay.
now it's a map, so you don't know where you are on it, but you know where you came from, and you know where the tree is.
Okay. I think if we came from this direction, from that conflict, and we're under this rock, I think by this like geographic terrain area that direction would be north. I'm assuming, and I think we have to go that way. And should I survival check this? Does anyone want to help me with this?
You have keen mind.
I
don't
do
you?
have keen mind, so I
you
know north's-
always know where north is.
Yes, I
So
figured.
you can roll a survival check with advantage to get proper direction
Cool.
sense of where you can have you guess where the
That's really
tree
cool.
is.
Wonderful.
Not so good. Oh, that's
Oh, that's better. 21.
21. Yeah. So with a 21, you've got a pretty like judging. Okay, this is the time of year. I know what time it is based upon the height of the sun in the sky, and like where east is. You know, based on how far south you are. Like you quickly piece together. Okay, if we head southeast from here, pretty much like on a diagonal, we may not end up directly at the tree, but we'll start getting closer and closer, and landmarks may change. Plus, from what the mother said, it's a pretty big damn tree, so you could probably see it from far away, considering most of the land is flat around
Okay.
here.
I'm gonna hold up fingers against the sun on the horizon, and it's 7:52 and 19 seconds. I think if we head due southeast, we're gonna see a very large tree within a couple more days. But I think it's best we get moving as fast as we can now.
Oh, it's easily still like 9 to 10 days away.
I am underestimating how far will take us.
That's adorable.
Because it was like a week and a half to 2 weeks from where Wanderlust was, and you guys have been traveling for a day.
All of one day.
Almost died twice.
So if there's any more orbs out in the mist, don't go looking for them. We're going to all stay together, please.
No, you're right. That was a stupid mistake, and I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's just a little scary. I don't know what's out here, and I don't want to get caught in that again.
No, I don't either. And I don't have a pony to ride, so could I ride with somebody?
You can ride with me.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not even 5 feet tall anymore.
Well, neither am I, so that's perfect.
It's perfect. Fury can take us both.
I'm gonna go up
Fury.
to Ellis and just be like, did you hear that?
What?
Thalia said she's sorry.
Did I hear him say that?
Make a perception check with disadvantage, because it sounds like you're whispering.
Okay.
You gotta roll.
Did you roll your morning stuff?
Oh, right.
just
thank
did.
you.
Awesome.
Perception. 19.
With disadvantage.
Yeah, I guess I have a +7 to perception.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you hear it.
Nothing. Probably just talking with my mum, actually.
That's what I thought. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait. It's off to see the big tree.
Hey, Peter, do you want to take the lead or do you want me to?
No, I mean, you're still the tougher between us, and I'll just take the back just in case anything comes at us. I'm pretty aware.
Who wants to be keeping lookout as we're traveling?
I'll keep lookout.
Okay. So somebody give me a survival check, and who's ever keeping lookout, perception check.
Another nat 20 to start the night.
What?
Damn.
This is the best slot in the house.
For a total of
21.
21.
What kind of check am I doing?
Perception, just to keep an eye out.
Oh, okay. 21.
Damn. Okay.
Somebody check those dice.
You guys been microwaving your dice over?
Will that work?
Is that a thing?
Is that a tip?
I don't actually know if it works, but we always called it nuking your dice growing up.
Smart.
So I assume
Nice.
that
It came
you know,
out
just
funny.
slightly weights. You put the 20 up, you microwave it just a little bit, so some of the plastic melts.
That's what you do. That's why you keep.
It probably
kicking
doesn't
our
work. I
butts
use
in
metal
battle.
dice. I can't microwave these. It will blow up our house.
Can use magnets.
Under the table.
There's a Catholic wedding coming up. I'll bring my dice and just like dunk it into like the holy water.
Just burst into flames. Okay, so with a 21 survival and a 21 perception, the two of you are able to move quickly and safely through this morning. Basically, you guys pack up everything from camp, make sure you leave nothing behind, get the horses all saddled and whatnot, and head out into the mist. And with Peter's understanding of North, your understanding of being able to move around the world, and you keeping a lookout with your keen halfling eyes, you guys make really good time and actually find a small stream that you can sort of follow upstream a little bit, knowing that streams come from high ground. This is a fairly flat expanse. You could assume that a tree will grow where water is, so you have a pretty good idea that this might be a way to go, maybe gaining you guys a little bit of time on your trip. As the day grows a little bit longer, the sun eventually breaks through the clouds, and the entirety of the Green Sea for about 2 hours is just bathed in fog as the sun comes out, baking all of the dew-covered grass and rain-covered grass, and just sort of this low-lying mist that covers everything. You can still see, but it's just kind of beautiful as this like orangey tinged mist is surrounding you with this evergreen field. Some flowers blooming after the rain, and it's just a really nice morning. You're making good time, even with the loss of Nicholas Jagger, and yeah.
Can I use prestidigitation and wait? If I was to use prestidigitation, could I technically conjure an image of anything, or not really?
No,
with
that's
that?
minor image. We
Oh,
do that.
cool.
Prestidigitation, you can do like sparks or smoke or things like that.
Could I make an image with the mist with shape water? Would you let me?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
It's a good plan.
Oh,
I'm lucky.
Is that a D20?
No.
Oh, it looks like a D12 from over here.
I thought you said,
Smaller
was it
one.
a 20?
It was quite low, a 5.
You can move the mist around, but because it's really tiny water droplets, it's hard to get a really beautiful image, but also you can create a crude image of whatever it is that you're trying to do.
I'm just gonna try to make an image of Mick Jagger going beside
Okay.
set
Like
that.
life
yeah.
size?
Potato.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a children's drawing of a pony.
Yeah.
Is going beside.
Thalia, next to our horse.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. Thalia's gonna look around. Like, what the fuck? Who's someone doing that?
Who's doing that?
Peter's gonna freak out, like full panic, and shoot a firebolt at it, like.
Can't
the fuck,
make an
Peter?
attack roll.
You're shooting at my dead pony? You're a sick bastard.
Somebody's got anxiety.
16. Does it hit?
Just hits right in the middle, just like puff of steam. And you lose control over the shape water. And just
And Thalia's just gonna like hit the reins. You're all a bunch of sick fucks.
I'm just going along for the ride.
X just puts his head down and just kind of like, kind of goes with the.
Poor X. He's trying to do something nice. That backfired hard.
Roll a d100 for me.
Oh, where's that?
It's the double 10 dice and the single 10 dice.
Okay, thanks. This one?
And the double 0.
So the doubles are the 10s, and the other one is the 1s.
38.
38. Okay.
These are so exciting.
You're dead.
And you step on a landmine.
Thousands of orbs go to eventually fall in brothers.
All good. So is there anything else you guys want to do for the rest of the morning as you're riding? Conversations you might want to have? Anything that you want to work on?
How close are we riding together?
That's up to you guys.
Okay, I'll slow down so we are fairly close, like we're all kind of in like a line.
Mhm.
I'll actually just kind of peel off sideways and just ride kind of in the middle. So yesterday was pretty airy back there. And I feel like if we're going on this and we're going to keep going together, we're going to have to start working together. We're going to have to start using each other's strengths to control the battlefield out there.
Well, like, I'm not really equipped for battle as much. I'm more of a talker, but like, actually, if you need fish, I'm pretty good at fishing. So like, what do you like propose, Ilt?
Well, I feel like everybody that kind of focusing on spells, like Anon and Peter. Perhaps if we can use that to kind of set the pace a little bit in the beginning, while Thalia and I run in. And Alora,
I run in too,
yeah, you keep doing
obviously. I don't know. I mean, I thought we did pretty well. That monster was huge, and we've never fought anything like that before. And you're right, we do have to work together. But we took him, didn't we?
Oh, definitely. I'm not. He's gonna kind of be caught over. I'm not trying to criticize here.
Well, I am.
Well, it
There was
sounds like
casualties.
What?
Well, there were casualties.
Oh.
We could have done better.
Yeah, we could have. None of us has ever seen anything like that before, and it's hard to know what to do in those situations, you know, but you just have to do the best you can.
And like, I don't know much about the things that I'm learning about me, but if anyone wants to learn magic ever, I'm an open book, and I'll like gonna hold my arms out, like, and show my tattoos, like literally an open book. If there's any spells that anyone wants to learn, I can help. We can get better together.
Oh, Peter, you're so smart for like such a young person, and like, I would love to learn some spells from you if you'd ever like teach like a dumb guy like me.
Yeah, is there something like specific that you want to learn?
Well, I don't actually like know like any sort of spells that would be desirable. So like maybe we could like spend some time reading your skin, and then you could like teach me how to like conjure. That would be really awesome. Also, like guys, if we're gonna be a team, we'll probably need like some sort of name. I was thinking like thoughts on maybe like Big Tree Killers.
Big tree. That sounds like we're going to take down nature. That sounds
Let's work something.
Okay,
We'll
right.
work
Like
something.
it was like big monster tree with friends of orb killers.
That's a little.
I feel like that's
Doesn't
a bit of a-
roll off
How
the
about,
tongue.
how about Mother's
Exactly.
Revenge?
Lots of little dick
Oh.
energy going around, guys.
Okay.
What's a little dick?
That sounds like somebody's compensating for something.
What Lord Farquaad's army?
Well, like, yeah, like, Elt's right. Like, everyone is really good at something. So, like, I'm, like, probably good at, like, making people, like, trip and fall. So I'll be, like, near, kind of, like, helping with that. I can also, like, maybe make some monsters do some things. Like, Anon, what are you really good at?
Well, I'm pretty good if I stay pretty far back because I've got lots of spells that go like over 100 feet.
Oh, that is so far.
But I don't have like armor or anything, so I get scared to go straight in there.
You don't have anything.
I just like kind of pull up my dress a little bit. I'm like, do you see any armor?
I mean, no, but I mean, like, you could, I guess the next time we stop somewhere, we should really figure that out.
Roll an intelligence check for me.
Not today.
I'm pretty small. I don't know if I could even find any armor that would fit me.
It's a 9.
A 9?
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably a good idea, but staying far back's probably a good idea anyway, right?
Yeah, and I never know what Nox is gonna do anyways, so it's probably better I stay back a little bit from you guys.
That's true. I mean, I have really only fought close. I mean, I'm good with the bow and arrow. It's not too bad, but I'm really good with the sword and my daggers, and that's really all I can do. I can fight up close and sneak up on people, and that's good. So I always like to stay close.
Yeah, you are really amazing with those pointy sticks.
I've got a lot of them, so better use them, right?
I just love that you call swords pointy sticks.
I'm sticking with it.
All right, well, good talk. I'm just gonna go back to the front of the line.
I'm gonna pull back to where Axtos is, and like, it's all here. I mean, like, I figured out most of it. I haven't figured out all of it. It's all here. Every spell that could be on me, and I'm gonna like show like a big stack of paper. And like, I haven't figured it all out, but some of these spells are pretty powerful.
And I'm just gonna, like, eye up all the spells and, like, count on my hand how many spells I know. Oh, Peter, you're, like, brilliant. You're probably the smartest person I've ever met. I'm asking the DM, what can I actually...
What languages do you speak?
Good question. Which page is that on?
It'll be on your main character sheet or proficiencies if there's a proficiency section.
Okay.
I think you speak common and primordial because I think you get primordial as a genasi, but I'm not sure if you speak anything else.
I thought I was at the bottom of features.
Might be. I don't.
There is proficiencies.
Proficiencies and languages.
Oh, here.
Yep, that's the one.
Common and primordial.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a good 90% of it is completely indecipherable to you.
Okay.
There are some that are written in common, ones that Peter's already deciphered, and there's a few written in primordial. That your primordial is a little rusty. You know, it's kind of like third generation. Your grandparents spoke primordial, so your parents spoke it a little bit, but not really, and it sort of slipped in your generation. But there's some where you're flipping through and you're like, hey, wait, I can read this.
Oh, this is incredible. Like, I feel like yesterday I was in battle and, like, everyone was doing cool things to take out the tree, and I was just sitting there like trying to convince it to do something else. I really need like something that like makes me a little more useful and better. This means so much, Peter. Let's spend some time later once we get to the tree, or maybe when we set up a camp. And I'm so excited to learn.
Wait, you can read some of this?
Well, a lot of it's like pretty like shapes and gibberish, but there's like a couple things I can pick out. So like maybe we could pick it out together later.
Yeah, I mean, like there's some days I can't read any of it, and there's some days I can read a lot of it. So that's incredible. What stands out to you? Like right today, just today. I don't know why, but today I can read the primordial all over it. But tomorrow I could totally lose it. So if there's anything that you could do to like learn more of it, be a huge help for me too.
Oh, that's really odd. Like my primordial's like a little rusty, like so like it might take a little bit of time, but like Peter, like you can't like read the same language every single day.
I guess when you say it like that, it's probably not as normal as I thought it was.
Well, who cares about being normal? Like I'm a water genesi and haven't met another water genesi, so like it's not that normal. It's okay.
Well, yeah, I can read some of it. Some days it's common, draconic, abyssal, primordial, like infernal, you name it. But like, it's just frustrating. Some days I just wish I could connect all the dots, but it's all cryptographically coded and hard to get through.
Well, Peter, like we're kind of family now, and like probably we're gonna figure out all this stuff out together, like figure out like why Elt is so grumpy all the time, and like how can he see without actually having like no eyes, and like Thalia, like
I think it's bat vision. I think it's like a bat thing.
that makes so much sense.
Yeah, it's gotta be. Like, it's gotta be.
He's like bat human. Wow.
The human bat.
Yeah, and bat person. And like I'm still like figuring out. Like I feel like everyone's like figuring out themselves. So just like, hey, we're family here, and eventually we'll have a name. Once we have the name, then like we'll be able to take on more big baddies and make this place a better place, but also be family and have adventure. And I'm gonna get better at my things too.
Good luck. That sounds really cool. You sound like a really good person.
You're a good person, Peter.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna give him one of these, little elbow to the shoulder.
No. Yeah. Thanks. Oh.
You two okay back there?
Oh, yeah, like, not very often that you get to pick the most brilliant person in the party. Sprain, it's massive. He's got this big book of spells.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm just like, kind of sharing what I've learned over the last, couple my lifetime, I guess. And there's a lot of stuff here I just wish I understood more. But
Oh, can I see it?
okay.
Seen a lot of books.
I hold it up and I kind of like, is there anything that stands out to you? Are there any languages that mean something to you here?
Can I roll?
What do you read? or speak?
I can speak Common, Elvish, Sylvan, Thieves' Cant, and Undercommon.
99% of it is gibberish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh well, I don't really know any of this. I'm sorry. It's not really by any authors that I personally know.
No Jane Austen in there.
Nope.
Yeah, I'd really like to know the authors of all this too. But whatever is here, you're open to it, and maybe if I find some more paper, I can slowly make it I can slowly make it all in common for everyone too.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
How much further do we have to go? Quite a long way.
Should I survival check?
Sure.
2-3 days.
We're really trying to cut down. I rolled a 13.
13. At least another week.
No, it's Yeah, it's
right.
not much further than that, but we'll get there. I'm gonna roll a. Is the fog still lingering?
No, it's like you guys are coming sort of like up to midday, and the fog has mostly lifted at this point in time.
Okay.
The sun's warming up the ground, and
Cool.
Has anyone talked to the mother? Any signs from her or
Did she
just
talk to
anything?
us like that? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Well, we got these. No, that's just to find the place. How do we talk to her?
The rings, remember? We can communicate with her that way.
There were no rings left for poor Extos.
Oh, you got one.
No, I don't have a ring. There was not.
I thought you got
You got
one.
I hide my hands because I stole it
She
back
gave-
from him.
No.
Yeah, they were like so. Like the mother was so like thoughtful in her plans and like commissioning us to like go on a massive adventure, but like for whatever reason, like all of you got this like cool communication to the mother, and like here I am. I love mothers, and like I can't like speak to the mother.
Maybe you should borrow Anon's.
You let me borrow your ring, Anon? That's
Yeah, of course. Just for a little bit, though.
oh.
And
just
can I
wanna-
do actually when I give him the ring? Can I try to sleight of hand the other one onto one of his fingers? Just
Sure.
really fuck with his head.
dope.
Give me a sleight of hand roll.
That's good.
I'm only +2, so this could.
Oh.
8.
Make an Exos, make an insight roll for me.
Oh.
Natural one.
Natural one. So her hand lingers on your hand for a while. You're able to slip the ring onto his finger, but to you, it just this feels like a moment.
Anon, like, I just want to say, like, it is really special. Just the fact that you would even consider like sharing your stuff with me, and like, I'm just really grateful for our friendship and our family together.
And then I just start patting your hand like really firmly. I'm just like,
Extos. X. You're a great friend. I would always share my rings with you. You know what? Why don't you? What's this?
and I like pick up your hand.
Like, there's a ring on it. How did you not notice that?
Whoa!
That sound.
The mother is like so like she magic.
She must have known. She must have known.
Oh,
I just like take mine back, put it on.
Okay, bye.
And I just
We're on the same horse. Right?
yeah, we are going back to the
I'm gonna,
front.
I'm gonna be like in front, just like
and I'm just gonna like my hand's gonna be shaking, and I'm gonna look up and I'm like, "Thank you, mother."
Not Valley just rolling her eyes.
I just go whisper you.
We speak of this to no one.
What? How generous you are?
Yes.
Yeah.
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 You and me.
You, yeah. Well,
Secrets.
I like to keep my breakfast down. If you could just be a little less generous.
Just in the back, Extos and I'm like, okay, so there's like, just start with the basics. I have these super simple things that we could start with. I have like cantrips like Firebolt, Mending, Message. I think, let's not give you Message. I think that's a bad idea. We'll do Minor Illusion or Shocking Grasp. So Firebolt, Mending, Message, I mean Minor Illusion or Shocking Grasp. I can teach you any of these things. We can see how far we get.
Can I have it, Daddy?
Okay.
Would you have to take a whole level in Wizard?
I don't know.
Technically, so bards learn spells and magic very differently than how wizards learn. Wizards learn through book learning. They memorize their spells and they have spell books and everything else like that. Bards, like, it innately comes from their charisma, their bravado, what they do in the world, and sort of like So you also get this thing called magical secrets where you can learn spells from pretty much anywhere else. So I will say, given enough time and learning, if it is on the bard spell list, we can add another spell.
Okay.
But this is going to be like you're basically learning how to learn magic before you can actually learn the magic.
Totally fair.
This is not just going to be y'all are going to get like 1,000,000 spells or anything else like that.
You're gonna be fireballing tomorrow.
So I'm just
Like
gonna,
it looks to you, it would look like all of these magic sheets essentially would look like a 4th grader looking at like advanced algebra.
Okay. So, and what am I reading when I'm like? Is it like a description of like how to move or like how the
So
words to say?
it is that it is a description of the components that are needed, whether verbal, somatic, or material. It is a breakdown of how you actually weave that magic.
Okay.
So for wizards, literally they use the weave of the magic around them. Then they'll focus their will either through an arcane focus or through spell components. They learn all of the symbols and everything else like that. The root language for most magic is draconic runes. Okay. So even if you speak primordial or you speak celestial or wherever the magic came from, there's also essentially a runic language that you need to learn in order to cast the magic in that way.
Okay, so I'm just gonna like kind of try to follow Peter and kind of like read and like I'm just trying to move my hands. I'm like, Peter, like it when I'm like doing some magical things, this feels a lot different, and I'm trying, but like, and there's just gonna be like little like tss, tss, tss from my hands. Nothing really.
It's like Ron's broken wand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna give up because like this is such a cool opportunity. I'm gonna keep trying, but I just think like it's gonna take me a little more time, like because to be honest, Peter, like all of the things that I do is like I'm just kind of like feeling it, and sometimes I feel it a lot, and then I'll learn something, but like I can't really explain how I learn it. So like I really appreciate you taking the time to tutor me. Thank you. And then just gonna do a little back rubby.
Yeah, it's nothing really. I mean, this is fun for me too. I've never really had anyone care about magic and me, but so this is nice. Thanks.
This is nice. Yeah. Gonna keep riding.
Okay. So unless there's anything specific that anybody wants to do, we're going to hand wave a couple of days of travel. So
it's like Dragon
minute by minute, play by play every single day.
we can go into hex exploration if you guys really want.
If you want to see it.
Yeah, not exactly riveting role play potentials, unless you're in like a West March campaign or something. But for the most part, like we're basically going to say over the next 4 or 5 days, you guys travel through the grasslands. The weather is mostly nice. Occasional birds, insects, small animals, things like that. And then on the 5th day, you guys are riding, and then around 11 o'clock in the morning or so, a couple of hours after breakfast, Thalia, with your passive perception, you notice on the horizon, maybe a few kilometers away, a huge dust cloud.
Guys, I think we've got a problem. I think we've got a problem.
Is it an orb? Don't go close.
No, not an orb this time. What? We're gonna need to seek some shelter.
Okay.
Is this
What
like
is it?
It's a big dust cloud, and it doesn't look friendly.
As soon as she points it out, like you guys all notice, like it blends into the sky a little bit. So without really noticing it, like your eyes just sort of ignored it. And it was just like, oh, the sky's just a little bit darker today kind of thing. But it's like, wait, it's only dark in that direction. It's blue that way and blue that way, but it's kind of browny gray up ahead.
Can I look and see if there's any like trees or rocks or something we can take shelter under?
There is not. There is just grass. Grass and grass and grass and grass. Small rolling hills.
How bad does the dust cloud look?
It looks, to put it into real world perspective, like when you're out somewhere and somebody just over a hill is driving down a dirt road and it's
Oh.
kicking dirt up.
Oh,
It's not like
a deadly storm.
no, it's not like a haboob in Arizona or something like that. It's like something is disturbing. Something or lots of things are disturbing the ground.
I was thinking.
me too.
Yeah.
Like dune.
I was like
sandstorm.
sandworm.
We're gonna have to dig.
Put on your still suits.
Not a sandstorm. No still suits necessary.
No.
Yeah.
Guys, I think there's something up there. It's kicking that up. I don't know what it is.
I'm gonna just to be safe, and Elusi's gonna whip out of my cloak and fly off in that direction, about 190 feet high.
90 feet high. Okay.
Yeah.
Make a perception check as Elusis.
Just looks like a whiff of cloud. There's nothing there.
19.
19. So at 90 feet, he's struggling to see, but he can see there is a large dark mass moving across the plains in the distance, literally from horizon to horizon.
It's
Hold.
it's hard to make out, but it's moving fast.
Hard to tell at this distance.
It's
You
just
could send him further, and he
Okay.
could, because he can fly a mile away from you.
Mhm.
So if you wanted to send him further for a better look, you could. But from 90 feet up, a couple of kilometers away, it's pretty hard. It's just there's something dark in a line moving.
I mean,
across.
it's pretty dark and it's twice as ominous. So either we investigate a little bit more just to be safe, or we stay clear just to be safer.
It's pretty dark. What does it look like?
I mean, literally dark.
I think
Ominous
you
dark.
should send him a little bit further. And everybody else here, can we maybe not look so suspicious out here with all of our armor? Anybody change the way we look?
Wait, you want me to put his
there-
dress on?
Is there
What
any,
is this
It'd
set?
look a little bit less intimidating.
There's
Maybe.
no-
Oh, you want us to look less intimidating?
It's a suggestion. I'm offering myself too to be changed.
Yeah, maybe you should cover those eyes, Elt.
You should
Honest-
cover that attitude. I'm trying to help you.
I do not appreciate that. I do have a question. Are there? Oh, there's nothing around that we could kind of like hide behind, or sort of just like any little.
There's
bit
like little hills and things like that, but there's no trees, there's no rocks, there's no. You guys are
in the middle of open.
southern Saskatchewan, or for our American viewers, middle of Nebraska. It is flat and grassy, and you can literally see the curvature of the
How
planet.
far away is it?
Oh, can horses lie down?
Yes, but only when they're not intimidated.
Thanks, Saskatchewan.
You'd never know it.
What if we all lie down in the grass?
Well, if they're moving towards this way, I feel like we may get trampled.
I'm just gonna send Elusis a bit closer, and we'll figure out. And I'm gonna break down to about 60 feet high, and just trying to make like little zigs and curves and S's, so that I'm not like going directly to them. So it looks like Elusis is coming in from a bunch of different directions.
Okay. How far is he going?
How far?
Like how close to whatever this thing is do you have him fly?
We'll do 300 feet, I think.
Away from you or away from it?
It.
Okay. Make a perception check with advantage. This is going to take probably 4 or 5 minutes for Lucis to fly this distance. Is anybody else doing anything during that time?
Oh, Peter, like, didn't you say, like, you
He
could...
can't hear you.
All right.
He's working.
You can still talk to me, but I'm just not gonna respond.
So how far
And I
are we
won't say
from this
anything.
thing?
Couple kilometers. You don't know.
He's
Like,
a little bit
you can-
preoccupied.
As far, that's all we know.
Yeah.
If it is some type of army, perhaps we should look a little bit less like a wandering rogue group here.
I can help us be stealthy. And I want to cast. Does it feel like it's moving towards us? We don't know yet.
We don't know yet. We'll know. We'll know. I can't hear you.
Do we want to?
You can speak, but you just can't hear or see anything around you.
Once,
You hear
once
and
I
see
find
through
out if it, how
Lucis.
close it is, I can help us hide. If it's coming towards us, we don't know what it's doing.
We don't even know what it is.
Okay, what'd you get?
I got a 20.
You got a 20?
Ooh,
So-
nice.
it's hard to determine for a while through Elusis's eyes what's going on. He flies closer and closer and weaving and bobbing and everything else like that. And when you get within a couple 100 feet, it's sort of like this large mass sort of becomes distinct. And it is a herd of buffalo, probably about a mile wide, and millions and millions migrating, stretching from horizon to horizon as far as you can see. And on top of a hill nearby where the migration is happening, you see this sort of large barrel-shaped wagon parked. There's a fire set up with a cook pot and a kettle hanging over it, and an old man just sitting watching these millions and millions of buffalo move from one side of the horizon to the other.
This is straight out of a dream. There's a wagon on top of a hill with an old man watching out over. I can't believe this. Millions of buffalo.
Actually, make a nature check. You might not even know they're buffalo.
Uh-oh. I may not even know they're animals.
Moving rocks.
Nature. 8.
Yeah, they're huge, hairy cow kind of analogs with horns and big shaggy chests and things like that, but you don't know what they are.
They look like giant dogs, so I can't imagine they're that dangerous, but there's millions of them. Like millions from horizon to horizon, and this old person just watching them.
What does the old person look like?
Do you fly closer?
I don't know if I should get any closer.
Actually, did you unwarg? Is Elusis on his own right now?
No, I'm gonna stay warged. I didn't hear
Okay,
that.
so you wouldn't have heard that.
Okay.
Sorry.
You can you can talk. Okay.
He can't hear or see
But he
you,
can
but he
communicate
can speak.
what's- okay, got
Because
it.
he can see. Right now he's seeing and hearing what Elusis sees and hears.
We better go then. Let's get out of the path.
Look,
Where are we gonna go? We're gonna go to the old man. We're gonna try to outrun him.
it doesn't.
Stampede.
It doesn't really seem dangerous. It's just really dusty, and look, I also don't think there's a way to get around it. It is horizon to horizon, millions of giant dogs.
Dogs.
Let's go to the old man then.
Can I do a nature check? See if I can understand what he might be describing.
Do it at disadvantage because he's not describing it well.
I had a 19, then I got a 2, so I have no idea.
I mean, stranger things exist in this world than millions of dogs moving from one place to another.
Are they big enough? Are they big enough for me to ride? Maybe I could catch one and tame it.
I love dogs.
They're about
puppies?
5 times the size of Nicholas.
Oh yeah, I don't think.
Wait, are you so worried?
Oh shit, that's right.
Just keep going
But
back
you
and
worked
forth.
out.
I'm just
I
gonna
assumed that you did.
Peter. I'm gonna shake him. Peter.
Nothing.
Oh no.
Well, you can feel touch.
Oh, I can.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you can feel touched when you're in your familiar.
Yeah, because how else would they be able to like lead you around? People can like grab your hand and stuff.
That's right. Good point.
Yeah.
Would make sense.
I'm just gonna say that you can feel touch. You can't hear or see, but you can feel touch.
It is known, so it is written.
He's
So it
gonna
has been
go
said.
home now.
So are you still warged until you tell us you're not warged?
I'm unwarging just for the sake.
Okay.
It's crazy. There's no way around it. We either try and sneak our way through millions of giant dogs, or we maybe just talk to this person. They don't seem threatening.
Where is the person? Are they like behind all the giant dogs?
They're just at, and I'm gonna point out, and you will barely make it out. There's like a tiny little bloop, which is a hill.
You deworged?
Yes.
Okay. You
And-
can't see the hill.
I can't
okay.
see anything.
No. Okay.
Well, feels like we probably should make a decision. Peter, can you lead us to the person?
At least let's go talk to him.
Let's go to it before it comes to us.
Okay.
I
They'll
think
try.
we're gonna
Maybe
make
the
it there in
puppies will
time.
help. Maybe they'll
You get a feeling of contentment through
Maybe.
your bond with Elusis.
No, I think think Elusis wants us to know that it's okay and that it's safe. I
Which
mean,
direction?
That way. I'll
I'm
point in the
just
exact
gonna
direction where
take
Elusis is.
Right off
I am too.
You going for it?
in that direction.
Oh, wait, and I'm gonna run after them as well.
Ride after them?
On foot?
Or run after them?
Yeah, on horse.
Okay. Is anybody
No?
staying
I'm
behind?
gonna look over at you.
I go where you go.
All right, let's go. I'm gonna take it over your horse.
You
apparently.
totally. I am like the damsel, and you are my
You're
Hold on,
riding
hold on
sideways.
tight, sweetheart. Hold on tight.
side saddle.
Oh, come on, Bethel, let's go. Let's get out of here.
Okay, so you guys are riding towards the carriage? Okay. So you go, it takes about 10 minutes or so for you guys to ride, and then sure enough, as you get closer to whatever this mass is, it is like millions of footfalls on the ground vibrating just slightly, and there's like a constant sort of low rumble. Like, it's like when you hear a waterfall from about 500 feet away, and you don't know it's a waterfall, but it's that constant sound. This is sort of like that, but bassier. And then you see, sitting at the top of this hill, this wagon that just literally looks like a barrel has been put on its side, with a door carved into one end of it, some windows and things like that. Everybody make a perception check for me.
That's cocked.
20.
6.
13.
23.
8.
Sorry. 11.
11. Okay. Thalia and Peter, you guys, as you get within about 200 feet of this wagon, see two sort of like yellow tabby cats sneak out from the grass behind you and just start following your horses. And there's a couple more that are sleeping in the sun on top of the wagon.
Do I make out that those are not dogs by now?
You actually can't see the creatures yet. You have to go up over this hill.
Okay,
Yep.
got it. Understood. There's like cats now, and confirms the theory about the giant dogs. So.
Yes, I guess they're all taking refuge out here.
Okay. And as you get closer and closer, the smell of cooking food of some kind fills the air, and the soft sound of a lute being played. And you, Peter, notice sitting on top of the wagon eating something, Elusis has perched and is sort of like purring and eating something.
Elusis, what are you doing up there?
And again, that just sort of wave of contentment.
Okay. So I think it's safe. Elusis seems to be enjoying itself. So
You hear
Sally's
a
just
voice.
gonna,
You hear a
like,
voice
have
just
her
sort
grip
of.
ready on his
Yeah.
on her sword after she hears.
You hear a
her say
voice just shout out from like, you can't quite see it a little bit over the rise yet. Just hear this sort of old, slightly raspy voice, friendly, just be like, "There's no need to stay over there hiding in the grass. Come, have a cup of tea, have some soup. It's fine. We're not going anywhere anytime soon with these big bastards riding from one side of the sunset to the sunrise."
that. Who goes there?
"Who goes there?"
I asked first.
"Yes, but I've been here longer."
Oh, are you the father?
I'm a father, but never called the father.
Oh, dang. The
Well.
mother was sent us over here to, like,
Hey,
find the... Oh,
I'm Sally Swift. Who are you?
Ilphus Fizbin, pleasure to meet you. And as you come up over the rise and you can see this gentleman, he's 50 to 60 years old, gray hair, sort of silver goatee. He is in very sort of simple, kind of like grayish, bluish robes, like monk's robes. Sitting on a small stool next to this fire, and over the fire sits a huge sort of cauldron on a tripod and a tea kettle that is warming up. The wagon itself is sort of garishly painted with all sorts of different scenes and from stories that you guys have all heard. And there are a number of yellow tabby cats just roaming around the camp. And he's just sitting there sort of smiling, looking over at you as you all come up.
Are you a storyteller? I'm going to point to the wagon.
I suppose you could consider me a storyteller, just a wanderer more than anything else. Would you like some tea, some soup? It's going to be a while.
That sounds like awesome.
I've been here 2 days already.
2 days?
Yeah,
How much longer?
who knows?
Oh, that's so many big dogs. That's crazy. I've never seen. What?
Can we see them?
Yeah, so you guys can all see them now, and they are definitely not dogs. Like sort of strange, flat faces, big. I mean, they look like buffalo. If everybody roll a nature check other than Peter, who's already rolled.
Nope, not me.
13.
7.
4.
16.
None of us know what buffalo are.
Okay, anybody who got over 10,
Nice.
you may not have seen them before, having not frequented this part of the world, but you've heard of buffalo, and you've heard of the herds of buffalo, and how they number in the thousands to the millions, and they are migratory creatures. They're generally peaceful as long as you don't mess with their kids, and here they are in countless numbers.
Yeah, those don't look like dogs.
No, I've read about these before.
Definitely not dogs.
They're buffalo.
Buffalo?
What's a buffalo?
Well, you see them right there.
Are
Look
they
at
like dogs?
No, not at all. Just
More like cows.
Oh, I know what a cow is.
Yeah, kind of similar, a little wilder,
Why
shaggier.
Why are there so many of them?
This is just what they do. They eat grass, they move from place to place. Actually, quite brilliant creatures. They move around so they never decimate all of their food source in one place and just roam these grasslands and all in one giant herd to protect themselves.
What
Like
are
a
you,
big family.
What are you doing here?
I also roam, just me and my cats, and collect stories and meet folk like yourselves and see the world.
From like kind of far away now, I'm like, are these your cats? And I'm like trying to catch like a few of them. Just like want to like pet them.
Make an animal handling check.
Cute. A 12.
At 12. Most of them are fairly skittish, but like one comes and like rubs up against your leg and it's like, yes, they're mostly friendly, you know, cats.
Oh, what's this one called? And I just like hold it up kind of like this.
I've no idea.
You're going to be Frank. No, I just football.
As soon as you say Frank, the cat sort of goes.
Frank it is.
Did we just adopt a cat?
How attached are you to these cats?
Very. Even if you were to be followed by one or take one, they'll come back.
Oh. Okay.
Sort of my family, my herd, you know.
I understand that. I get that. But if you ever need, someone to take a cat off your hands, or 2 or 5 or 7, you have my number.
That's very kind of you. You noticed there were 7, did you?
Oh, are there 7?
Last I checked.
Oh. Well, keep me in mind.
I will. Your name?
My name's Non.
Inon. So, Thalia Swift.
Yes.
Inon.
Umber.
Umber.
Hello, my name's Alora Everard, hailing from the Imperium City. How do you do, sir?
Well, Alora Everard, hailing from the Imperial City, I am pleased to meet you. My name is Ilphus Fisben. I am hailing from pretty much nowhere, and it is a pleasure.
You as well. What did you say your name was?
Ilphus Fisben.
Ilphus Fisben. How do you spell that?
ILPHAS space FIZBAN.
All right, thank you.
How do you spell Alora Everard?
Oh, you can figure it out.
I suppose I can. And you, young man?
Peter.
Just Peter.
Just Peter.
All right. And you, my fine blue fellow?
Well, my name is Exosmir, and you can call me Ix, because that's what these friends who have recently become family call me now.
And as you say that, he sort of like smiles around at all of you. and finally looks over at you. And you?
I'm gonna walk up, shake his hand. My name's Eltamila Frey.
As you shake his hand, he's got a very strong grip for an older man, and he sort of like holds on to the handshake for a minute, like as you say your name, and sort of like looks deeply at you. He says, All right. Well, please, all of you, sit. Enjoy yourselves. Tea, anyone? It's not much. I've been out here for a while, so just what I can forage, but it'll do.
Sure.
Elvis, you're so nice. Do you need more water? Cause like I can probably make some.
I mean, if you could fill my barrel, that'd be lovely. And you notice, like, next to the barrel-shaped wagon is a smaller barrel, like a little, like, pony keg kind of thing.
Well, look, that's the least we could do. Like, you're so friendly. And I'm just gonna do create water and just fill it instantly.
Oh, quite a handy bunch. So, what in the bloody nine hells brings 6 strange folk like yourselves, elves and...
Oh, I'm a water genasi. Thanks for asking.
Ah, water genasi. I suppose that makes the sort of finny ears, yes.
Oh, thanks. Like my mom actually says that they remind her of like a swordfish.
And a tiefling.
Oh,
You tend
and
to
I just
keep
kinda
to yourselves.
Self-consciously touch my horns. Yeah, but you know what? It's been nice to be around people.
I imagine so. Not too many look so kindly upon your folk. A damn shame, I think. And halfling, you're far from home. The valleys of Thurian are more than a ship's ride away from here.
Yes, well, had some other things to do, to attend to.
Don't know.
Sorry, where did you say you were from?
Here and there. It's been so long, I don't really remember.
Where are you going?
Don't really know. I was going to go that way and then Buffalo.
Well, why don't you just go the other way?
Well, I came from that way. It's not really in my nature to backtrack.
Did you see any big trees that way?
Back that way?
Yeah.
The way you came from?
No, the other way.
Oh, I haven't been that way yet.
Oh.
That's the way I was going.
Oh.
Big
Like-
trees.
Oh, yeah, do you
I
know-
heard rumors. There's one in the middle of the Green Sea.
Yeah, what did you hear about it?
That there's a big tree in the middle of the Green Sea.
We're looking for it.
I heard there was a... It has a heart.
Like that beats?
No idea. I just heard that it has a heart.
That's weird.
Yeah, tree with a heart. Strange. But such is Aloria. Strange things afoot.
Can you tell me more about that?
About what? Strange things? I could tell you all sorts of stories about strange things.
No, you said the tree has a heart.
That's what I've heard, yes.
Do you know anything about that?
A green heart.
The green.
A jeweled gem of green heart at the heart of the green sea, at the heart of the tree.
A jeweled heart? Like what?
Yeah.
Ilt, can I like maybe share with our new friend Ilvis like what our plan is?
Can we investigate to see if he's like lying about anything?
Insight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody who wants to make it can.
Elt was just sitting there staring at him.
12.
Seems to be on the up and up. Seems to be as honest as you can assume from a traveling person of his age.
19.
Same.
Ilt?
Actually,
Well, while he's gone, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, well, we've been to Wanderlust, and when we got there, like this mother like took us under some sort of visual trance, and then she like asked us to go find this big green tree in the Green Sea. So that's like the same tree that you're going to, and apparently like the tree is super sick. And then also like she can't find her second half, which is also like the father. So we're like trying to figure out what's going on with the tree, and then what's going on with the father. And then I'm just gonna like look at everyone for.
Sally's gonna stare at
Approval.
you wide-eyed.
He sort of smiles and says, "You could breathe in the middle of it."
Oh, thanks. I feel like I wasn't supposed to say all that. Did I say anything wrong there, Gus?
Well, it's out now.
It defeats the purpose when you ask.
Right. Okay. Next time I will not do that. But like, have you heard of the father and the mother from Wanderlust?
I've heard of the mother that when I passed through Wanderlust, but no father. I wasn't going to the tree, it just happened to be in that direction.
Have you ever seen it?
No.
It's a long way to wander with no direction and nothing out here. Why wouldn't you go somewhere where there's people, where there's anything?
There's people here,
Convenient.
isn't it?
Are there dragons in the Green Sea?
Elusis, out of my jacket, is just going. Pretend to be like really
I
scary.
just kind of like put my hand on his head and just push him back in.
Have you ever seen anything like that?
I mean, dragons everywhere in the world, to a certain extent. I mean,
But here,
I would imagine
you never.
possibly if it would stand to reason. You all know the war.
No,
The
it's
war?
the wall.
I misheard that.
It's war.
Oh, I misheard it.
And everybody roll a history check for me.
17.
16.
17.
19.
13.
16.
Yeah, I mean, you've all heard. So, Aloria was 2,000 years ago. There was a massive war between giants and dragons for supremacy over the planet. And dragons are very real creatures. At the time, mostly malicious and whatnot. But even during that war, there were good dragons as well. So dragons are a thing. You know, where you're from in Thurian, you know, there are greedy dragons who steal from the dwarves and have hordes in mountain caves and things like that. For where all of you are, there are stories of nearby dragons, some big, some small. But dragons are just a
So they're not
fact of
super
life.
rare.
Not
Or like
Not
they're rare.
common.
Yeah, but they're not like, oh my gosh, like
Yeah.
we've heard of.
It's
We
like-
all know they exist.
it would be like walking through the mountains and seeing a spirit bear kind of thing. It's like bears being other beasts, but a spirit bear being a rare thing, but still a thing that everybody sort of knows about. Lots of people tell tall tales that, oh, I saw a dragon once. And it's one of those tall tales that's just believable enough to be true. There might be dragons here. It's a big empty place with, he sort of points over at the buffalo, plenty to eat.
I immediately kind of just start looking at the sky, just seeing.
Do you,
Make a perception check.
Come on, if there's ever a time to have 20.
17.
There is a falcon in the sky, but no dragons.
Oh, floating?
Falcon.
I'm gonna cast message. How many people can I cast message to?
One at a time.
One at a time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So
what's message we can whisper back?
Yeah, you can respond back. Are you trying to do it stealthily, seeing as you're all sitting around a fire?
yes, I'm gonna do it stealthily.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check and a stealth check, because it is verbal, somatic, and material.
20 on my sleight of hand. That 22 on sleight of hand. Oh crap! And 10 on stealth.
Okay, so you were able to like sort of hide the somatic components a little bit, but when you like go to cast the message, he's like, keeping secrets.
I thought we were.
If you want me to step away for a moment so you can speak to your friends, it's perfectly fine. I understand.
No,
You come across a strange man in the middle of a grassland, and I mean, it's odd for anyone, but there's no need to hide from me.
Well, you use the word man like you're human.
I am.
Are you?
Are you?
I'm gonna deception check on his I am.
Insight.
Insight, thanks. Deception check.
Oh, why?
Dang it, we need to get rid of those.
Yeah, those dice.
Um,
Can I as well?
Sure.
Perception.
Okay.
an 11.
He seems like a man. Doesn't seem like he's telling the truth or telling any deception. No.
That's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Why do you ask? You take me for something else.
No, you just seem more. Like, what are you doing out here?
Seeing the world, collecting stories, meeting fine folk like yourself.
But-
Mostly keeping to myself. Cities are loud and dirty and smelly places, so I stick to the wilds.
You know that sounds crazy.
And who do you tell your stories to if you're avoiding the masses?
Folks like yourselves, folks in Wanderlust, small villages and towns. I have to go into towns from time to time to buy food and get tea leaves, things like that. But it's quite amazing what the world will provide if you know how to look.
Valley smiles at him.
Belt's just gonna
Gives
keep
you a wink.
staring.
So where are you from?
Deloria.
Originally?
I don't think you've heard of it. It's, Have you heard of Azari Ailish?
Have I?
Make a history check.
Can I get a history check?
Nat 20, bitch.
Natural one.
You definitely have not heard of Azari Ailish.
25.
Is that
15.
so? Oh, I'm too far north.
Azari Ailish is the far
Left.
southwestern tip of Ebria. It is a land of jungle. It's where most of the beast folk come from. So, Loxodon's the elephant folk and Tabaxi, the cat folk, things like that. That's where they mostly hail from. So, you know Azari Ailish.
I do.
There's an island chain about 6 weeks by ship further out from there. There's a small town known as Nelia. That's where I originally came from, and it was a dreadfully boring place. And so I got to land, bought the wagon, found some cats, and I've just been riding ever since.
Well, that's so interesting though, because there's so many different kinds of creatures out there. So how is it boring? Just so small, I'd expect.
I mean, tiny fishing village. There was about 42 people there
Oh,
when I left.
God.
20 plus of them were family.
Oh,
Dreadful
yeah.
people.
Hmm.
Their idea of fun was fishing.
I just start elbowing X. Hey, that sounds awful, right, X?
What's wrong with fishing?
Nothing if you like fishing.
Oh, I love fishing. There's something spiritual. It brings nourishment to my soul.
And just to my family, and that's why they're still there. But for me, I liked wandering.
I guess I've probably felt the same at some point. Like, fishing is really nice, but also you know what also is really nice? Like my mum's soup that she makes, and sometimes I actually don't want the soup anymore, but I still like the soup. If that makes sense.
Would you like to try my soup?
Oh, that sounds awesome! And I'm just gonna rip it from your hands and just thanks.
It's like on a pot over the fire.
I am going to scoop a bowl.
Has he been eating the soup?
What's that?
Has he been eating the soup?
He has an empty bowl next to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, guys, you guys are. Just trust him. He's a nice old man. Harmless. He
I'm
likes
not
cats.
that old.
Nice gentleman. Sorry, misspoke.
I forgive you. The soup is delicious. It is mostly like root vegetables and some sort of boiled meat.
I have a bowl as well.
This is This is way. This is so good. And, like this isn't fish. What's the meat in here?
He sort of looks down the hill, looks back at you.
You killed a buffalo.
No, when that many creatures, in that many of a number, move together, oh, sometimes one is too old or too sick, and they just can't carry on anymore. I just thought it was such a shame for it to go to waste, you know. A life like that, moving around with your family, I thought it'd be more of an honor for it to nourish others instead of just rot and fade away.
Oh, that's such a good idea. Like, we are actually honoring the old man buffalo by eating this soup.
An old woman buffalo, but yes,
Old woman buffalo.
same thing.
Oh,
Very sacred.
I have a
Tea, anyone? It's quite nice. It's mostly flowers, but
There aren't any mushrooms in it, is there?
tea, dreadful.
Okay, just checking.
No, are you allergic?
No, not at all.
Well, help yourselves.
I've
So,
got-
you mentioned going to this tree for the mother, as leader of Wanderlust. This, haven't met her myself, but seems like a pleasant woman from what I've heard. But, and of course, keep your secrets. But we've got some time to spare. Just curious. Bend an old man's ear and tell us why.
I thought you weren't old.
He gives you a wink.
I think you
Not as
already-
old as you, probably, or at least not as old as some of your kind.
True.
I think you already know enough things about us. Why don't you tell us more about yourself?
I just did. I told you where I was from and why I'm wandering. Shared my soup recipe with you and my tea.
I'm gonna swat Thalia on the shoulder. Thalia, be nice.
It's fine. A natural distrust of people is common for those who have had a tough life or are out in the middle of nowhere and come across a man with a wagon and 7 cats. You know, if it were me, I'd be a little distrustful myself.
I have a full belly. I've got 3 cats around me now, and I am having the time of my life.
What time of day is it?
Like 2, 3 in the afternoon kind of thing.
Keeping watch on him and the surroundings.
Make your perception check.
On me?
No, not you.
Oh.
Don't trust this guy.
16.
Don't seem to notice anything amiss around you, and he is sitting right in front of you, so if anything happens, you will notice.
I'm just gonna rest there with my hand near my blade.
I'm just gonna go just kind of to the edge of the hill and just watch the buffalo.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with help.
He just notices the conversation is dying down and just picks up his lute again and just starts plucking away.
How many people are at the fire still?
Everybody
still
but
there.
you and El, or Exos and El, rather.
Can I still use that message that I didn't use?
I mean, you can cast it. He noticed you casting it, but if you want to cast message and whisper to somebody, by all means, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna cast message, but I'm gonna cast message to him in his mind.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, you're not quite human, are you? There's something more. You can reply to this message.
To reply.
Standard messaging rates to apply.
He just sort of
That's
smiles
fun
and
for English.
gets to his feet, stretches his old bones a little bit, and goes, "Be careful and walk, little one. I could use the company. Sometimes it's not great to walk on your own when you've got company around for the first time in a few weeks."
Yeah, I'll go. And then Lucis is gonna run away and sit by the fire and not come with me.
Okay. Can I ask a favor and have everybody but Peter leave the table?
Oh.
What?
Oh.
One of these.
What is up?
Yo, chat, just tell us what's up later.
Nice.
So the two of you start walking a little further away from the camp, and he sort of gets to an edge of the rise about 100 or so feet away from everybody, and he says, "Well, neither of us are quite just people, are we, Peter?
I mean, biologically speaking, I think I'm half elf and human, but what do you mean by that?
I mean, we're all more than the sum of our parts. There's more in each of us. You, well, you've made it quite clear you can weave magic, pull essence of nothing into something to craft the very will and essence and spirit of the universe and bend it to your will. Does that not make you more than a farmer, a brewer, a seamstress?
No, it just means you are a farmer, a brewer, a seamstress with more.
But with more. Isn't that what you're asking? I am more than.
I could have sworn that when I saw you that... What is your story?
I've told it. I come from a small island chain to the southwest and grew bored of just being there, looking over people, being with my family. And so I wander.
How long have you wandered?
Long time.
You mean a long, long time.
That longer than you've been alive.
Yeah, probably. Well, what keeps you alive?
And people like you, like your friends. Knowing that there's still good in this world. Folk that are willing to rise to the occasion.
Has anywhere been that you've loved most?
Wherever I am in that moment. I mean, look at this place. Where are you from? What are you used to?
I'm used to, I guess, lots of people and dirty streets and crime, and small dark spaces, but I think we've all been there to some extent.
Yes, and that's why I'd rather be here. And he sort of stops and looks around. Instead of small and cramped, it's vast and open. Instead of dirt and crime, there's bloody millions of buffalo and people to share stew and tea with. Instead of worrying about how to keep a roof over your head, you bring it with you. Maybe you break a wheel, maybe you break a bone, but you just march ever onward. Simplicity. Because the world and the universe, the great wheel is a confusing and hard place. Good and evil, light and dark. I look for the good. And here, there's a lot of good. There's still some darkness. He looks over his shoulder towards El Tamil. But even the lost. And he points down the hill. And you notice down the hill a young buffalo sort of straying away from the herd. And 4 buffaloes sort of move out and just sort of curve it back into the herd. Even those who wander can be brought back to the light. To family. To friends. To goodness. We all want things. We just need to ask ourselves if we need them.
Maybe I misjudged you, or maybe I just don't know what you are.
Doesn't matter.
But who you are seems okay. This is a very strange place. Not here, it's I guess the world, and maybe I could be a bit more welcoming to the different ways that it exists. Okay.
Couldn't we all? just look after one another.
Who looks after you now?
My cats, myself, strangers I meet, kind folk when I slip into a village and tell a tale and they give me a meal or a place to sleep. The world is inherently a good place, Peter, if you know how to look for it and you know how to ask. Asking for help is strength, not weakness. Giving help is a gift. The 6 of you are doing something great for this mother.
I hope so.
Whatever it is, if you wish to share more, but it's bigger than you, and that makes it good.
I hope we can do something that's right. Makes the world a better place, but really I'm there because they know something about my family. I'm just in it for me, but I hope it does good for other people still.
I believe it will.
Yeah. Thank you for letting us stay here and telling us that those dogs are actually buffalo. I appreciate that. I'll figure that out.
You've already done it, and I couldn't help but let you stay here. It's not my grass. But thank you for sharing your story and staying with me and, well, just being.
Thank you too. Peter squints.
And you notice just like a flash of sort of silver through his eyes as the iris sort of goes from round to sort of almost feline or lizard, just like a bit of a point to the edge and then back.
I guess we are a little bit more.
Isn't that wonderful?
Peter walks off back to the fire, joins Elusis.
Okay. All right, you guys can come back when you like.
I'm dead. We got to roll a new character.
Are you actually dead?
No.
No.
Offended. What did we miss? You want to catch us up?
I thought that was the wine for a second. I was like, oh, thank you.
Chugging hard. God, talking to Peter for 5 minutes. Whoa.
That's how I feel on the plane. All my 16-year-old trauma's coming back.
Are they chocolate chip muffins?
They're chocolate chip banana muffins.
Oh my god.
And you did not discriminate against the chocolate chips, which I'm so
Hell
appreciative of.
no. I'm like still 5 years old and like, which one has the most chocolate chips on the top?
Oh, yeah, that's what you have to
Yeah.
choose.
Yeah.
Are we on break or are we still streaming?
No, we're still going. You guys are just coming back. I'm just letting you come back to the table.
All of them.
Sponsored by Virginia's Muffins.
Nope. It's got great muffins.
Great.
You heard that right, plural.
So you guys are all where you guys are. Peter and Ilphus walk away about 120 feet or so, have a conversation for a couple of minutes, and then Peter comes back, but Ilphus stays just sort of looking out over the distance.
Where'd you go, Peter?
I'm here. It's all fine.
Is that a question?
You seem unsure.
It's maybe nothing's normal,
What did you learn about that guy?
but that mean is he with us? Is he
No, he's still 120 feet away.
He's 100.
Yeah, he stayed where you guys were having the conversation.
This motherfucker. No.
Let me tell you.
He seems nice, but he's certainly not just human. But I don't think we need to be worried with him.
What else is he?
In between moments, there's something else that keeps him alive. There's something inside of him, but every other moment, he's still human. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it.
Are they the father?
I wouldn't think so. He just seems like he's someone who's been traveling the world for a very long time and learned to enjoy himself in it. He seems a bit more removed than a father would be.
Tell us everything you know.
I did. He's a pretty more than normal person.
Yeah, that makes sense because, like,
You're out hanging with Eltamiel. You're not there. You can't talk.
Sorry, I know you said this, but what time is it around-ish?
3 o'clock, give or take.
In the morning?
Afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So while they were started walking, I was wanting to just chit chat with X. Yeah, something's off with this guy.
what do you mean he made such an excellent soup and he has really nice animals?
Do you not see the way he's acting and the way he looked at me when he's shaking my hand? What did he stare at me like that for?
Well, how do I... I'm just gonna put my fingers together. I'm like, how do I, be nice about this? Else sometimes you have this, look of grimace that, makes even the boldest men uncomfortable. So, maybe...
Did you say the boldest man?
Boldest? Bill? So, like, maybe it was your groaning, and your...
Yeah. I get that I may come off a little bit strong, but there's something different this time. It's not the way everybody else looks at me. I don't know what it is, but...
Maybe he really likes you and strangers don't always like you.
Yeah, maybe, but... I just don't quite trust him yet.
Well, if we, like, go to sleep, then maybe we could keep watch, just to make sure that everyone's safe.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know, like, Peter is, like, talking to him, and Peter is probably the smartest 12-year-old I've ever met, so I think we're in good hands.
Alright, well, I'll leave it be for now, but...
And can I just ask, like, a really big favor? Maybe, like, until he gives us reason not to be friends with him, maybe just, like, make sure that he stays a friend.
Yeah, I can do that.
Oh, thanks, Elt. You're the best big brother ever.
Your actual big brother somewhere in the world.
Vicious mockery. I'll just kind of like half chuckle and look at the bison and just still stand there with him.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, I have fished out some meat from the pot and fashioned some like cat toys from the grass, kind of like a little switch, a little dangly acorn or something. I don't know where I found the acorn. We don't need to talk about it. And I've hopefully all 7 cats befriended.
3 totally into it. 4 are like, seriously?
What if I...
That's real.
Okay, fair. But what if I prestidigitate the meat to taste like the tastiest cat treat ever?
No difference. Yeah.
So disappointed.
They're not cats.
Yeah. Who are you? What are you? Insight check. Yeah, that's me.
All right. Yeah. I mean, you generally have the attention of all 7 cats. Like,
Oh, they're in my vicinity.
they're all like
Is
some
that how
like
you say that?
yeah. So some are like up on the wagon watching you. Some are in the grass. Some are like near the fire, like getting warm, kind of thing. 3 are still kind of around you, but they're all like paying attention
I
to
am
you.
performing for them, and I have +5 performance. Like, I am doing a full-on
Roll a performance.
trying to get their attention. 24.
24. Yeah, you are holding court.
Okay. That's all I want.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah, the cats are not interested in anything else. And like every now and again, one of them gets distracted, like a dragonfly goes by or something like
And then-
that. And then,
Prestidigitate some sparks.
yeah. It's like,
Yeah. They're my minions.
Cat.
It's a
good cat.
anybody else doing anything?
So we really can't go anywhere.
You can go backwards or you can go sideways, but
Okay.
your way is barred for the time being going forward unless you have a methodology of flying over a mile-wide herd of buffalo.
Okay.
Or riding your horses over their backs or something like that. But yes, currently your way is barred.
Okay. How long did you say that you've been here?
Oh, he's not back at the fire yet.
Oh, sorry. Never mind.
Yeah, Evan just pieced in the middle of the conversation. I don't want to tell any secrets.
Is everybody here now?
Everybody is there. Peter is currently eating a bowl of soup.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody. I don't know if are you still out looking over the herd of buffalo?
I'll walk back.
Okay, so yeah.
I still don't trust that guy. We don't know enough about him. We just met him.
That's what I was just saying X.
Yeah. Like, he seems kind of weird. Strangely nice. I don't trust him.
I still don't like the way he looked at me in the beginning.
How do you
Not
look
that
at
I-
you?
He just stared at me like he knew something.
Like that?
A little bit longer, but yeah. Just like that.
That's weird. You get nosebleed? Peter has a nosebleed.
Peter's a wizard. He does not get nosebleed.
Well, I just think that we should just, as soon as that...
Just act through it, Peter. You're a performer.
The show must go on.
Oh my god.
As soon as that herd of buffalo get out of the way, I think we should get out of here as fast as we can.
I got a tampon in my purse if you want.
I've never tried that. Does it
pop
work?
I actually
in.
don't have a tampon.
Just stick
I lied.
around. I thought you were asking for a run up.
You fucked around and then you found out.
You took me up on that. Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I think we should move on as soon as we can.
I'm still there, right? Well, actually, Thalia, I just talked with Elt, and we've made the conscious decision to make sure that he is a friend until he gives us a reason that he is not a friend.
Yeah, see, I don't do that.
Elt?
I do think maybe, can't believe I'm saying this, but a bit more of a patient approach might be best. Because if things go sideways, we can't really go anywhere.
I'm being patient. This is my patience.
Well,
You're
guys,
doing
like,
great at it.
Thank you.
as you remember, we actually just took down this tree monster and many orbs, and this is just one person. So like maybe.
Yeah, but you know what? I thought that orbs was just some innocent little glowy thing, and then it killed my pony, and then we all almost died, so you can't let your guard down.
But the orbs did not give us buffalo soup.
I don't care. The soup, it could be a trap. I don't trust them.
If it's
It could be a trap. I don't trust them. And I'm just gonna go eat my buffalo.
Are you
soup.
mocking me?
No.
He's been doing that lately, and it's annoying.
What are you, two?
I'm just gonna ignore it.
hey, you guys can fuck right off. Talia, if it's any consolation, I didn't trust him either. And you should always go with your gut in these things. No one knows your life except for you and your experiences. But if you just want to talk with him one-on-one, I think he might shed a little light on maybe who he is and why you're feeling that way.
And what do we need to talk to him one-on-one for? If he wants to do it one-on-one, he can just do it here. And just tell all of us at once.
Okay, sure. If that's how you want to do it.
Why don't you say something? You talked to him, didn't you?
Yeah, but he's a lot more normal than you think.
I'm not saying that he's not normal, Peter. We're just saying we don't
You're
trust
not
him.
being normal right
And you're
now.
really harping on this normal thing. So maybe spit it out what you're saying.
Just
or
tell us what he said.
Guys, leave him
Starting to think
alone.
he's not so normal.
I mean, like, all he did was cast this little, like, enchantment to charm me, and now I like him a lot. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You guys are sick. Get over yourselves. He's not trying to kill or hurt anyone.
What did you say?
You're in cahoots with him.
No, I switched sides. I was totally.
Do you
trusted him
think-
before?
He's pulling the wool over our eyes.
No. 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 Like,
Look at you. You cannot make. You cannot keep a straight
fine.
face right now.
Peter, did he do that to you?
it's just the dry Calgary air. I can't tell you to trust who to trust and who not to trust. That's on you. But rather than being paranoid, go do your own research and find out. The right way, not this gossip way.
What do I have to do by myself? Why can't I do with everybody else here too?
Feel free.
Enough of you, Thalia, and I'm just gonna sit my bowl down and like get soup, and then I'm gonna sit on the ground, and then I'm gonna. All right, Ilthis. You had a little chitty chat with my friend Peter, and everyone's getting a little weird. So I'd also like that chat, so I can prove to them that you are a friend and not an enemy.
You say to yourself as he's still standing 120 feet away.
All right, and then I'll rush and I'll storm off after him.
You want to have a conversation with him?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Everybody leave the table
No.
who's not having a conversation with him.
No, I want to
it back.
follow them, but sneak.
Explain to me how you're sneaking on top of an empty hill,
It's a
and we
sketch.
can.
It's
do this.
completely empty. There's nothing I can hide behind.
There is grass that is about shin high, and there is
I can
nothing
follow
else.
too, and I can cast Trust Without Pace on both of us.
Trace without pace.
Pass without trace.
Okay, pass
Why can't
without
we
a
all
trace makes it magically
everyone?
easier for you to stealth, but you still have to describe to me how the two of you are hiding in shin-high grass with nothing else to hide you. Stealth requires. It's not like a magic where you're not casting invisibility. You're not just disappearing.
Is there
You have
anyone
to
that does
hide
have
somewhere.
I'm just
invisibility?
gonna take my dagger and like slash
I
at
have
the
it.
grass.
How about we just trust the guy?
And I'm gonna take a little bit of soup, slather it over Laura. I'm gonna smash grass all over her.
No!
Lie down, and then we're gonna slither.
Okay. I want stealth with
We're
disadvantage, but you can add the +10 to
Oh
it
no.
if you're casting pass without a trace.
I'm gonna do myself too.
Okay.
At disadvantage, +10.
Which roll?
That's a nat 1.
Good.
Just trust him.
17.
But
17.
Yeah.
Okay.
but I got. Can I add myself to that still, or is it just nat one?
None. You guys, we decided in session 0 that nat 1s are nat 1s and nat 20s are nat 20s.
I
so
didn't
that is a
remember
nat 1.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be like a little bit further away from her.
You have to be within 30 feet of her in order for the pass without a trace to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Extos, you start coming up and he sort of turns around hearing you and he sort of like
soup and grass.
looks past you for a second. If you want to be part of the conversation, come be part of the conversation, but I can see you.
You should
can see
talk to all of us.
Both of you. I'm happy to talk to all of you. The young man wanted to speak to me on my own, so we had a conversation. If you want to speak, I'm happy to speak. I don't distrust you, but clearly you all distrust me for whatever problems that you all grew up with. To distrust an old man in the middle of a bloody field.
He's absolutely right. You guys are like sick. The man serves you soup, and he has really nice kits, and he's done nothing to you guys. So, Thalia, get up. Laura, get up. And
there's 6 of us. Like, we could take him if we needed to. So everyone just calm down.
And else,
I mean, everybody's yelling, so everybody can hear all of it.
else, get off that grimacing hill of yours and come on down. Let's
I'm
go.
the only one sitting on the hill still.
Come on down and let's have a chat.
I think we all owe Mr. Elphus an apology. This is disgusting behavior. Did you all grow up in barns?
Very distrustful paces, Bond. Look, if I've given you any cause to distrust me, I apologize. I welcomed you to my fire. I fed you. I gave you tea. You've played with my cats. I have told you where I am from and what I am doing. I have told no lies, kept no secrets. if you don't want to trust me, that's fine. I can move my wagon to that hill over there, and you lot are welcome to stay here, but I can't go anywhere until these bloody beasts are gone. I can keep to myself. I'm good at that.
On behalf of my stupid friends, which I don't even think I'm going to call them friends after this, we are so sorry. You welcomed us. We came to you. If anyone needs to leave, it's us. Guys,
Sorry, sir. We've just really.
There's a piece of soup covered.
This is just not going very well.
I
You
use
know,
prestidigitation on her to clean her up.
thank you. We've just really haven't stumbled on anyone that we can trust. Do you know what I mean?
In a way, as I was telling your young friend here, I believe in the good in people. If you look for the good in people, it's usually there. But if you look for the bad in people, you can find that as well. No one, no thing is perfect. We've all misstepped, made mistakes. But I believe that the world is a good place. I believe the 6 of you are doing good things, kind things, things that are bigger than all of you. For 6, I would assume, recent acquaintances to set off in the middle of nowhere, to go to a tree, to do God knows what, not knowing much about it because someone asked you to. That is a wonderful thing. Who would I be to deny you fire and food and drink for people who are doing kind things for others? So again, I apologize if I've given you a reason to distrust, and I can go along my way if that's what you need. But there are no lies here.
I need to go sit over there. Valia storms off and sits down, facing away, cross-legged.
I just roll my eyes so far back in my head. They might get stuck.
Oh, all right. Elt, you heard this lovely Ilfis gentleman speak, and let's just get it out. All right. He's exactly like my mum. He just wants to see the good in people, and tell him what you're thinking.
What were you looking so long for when you're shaking my hand? Are you looking for the good?
I was. And I think it's there. But I think you've buried it so deep underneath a sadness that you refuse to believe it's even in you anymore.
My jaw is gonna drop.
Al's just gonna kind of like just rub his head, and I guess we're gonna have to find out if it's still in there.
I hope you do. I challenge you to find it.
Yeah, well, I'll keep looking. He's just gonna walk away.
2 down. Can I say anything else to the 4 of you to cause you to storm off? Apparently I'm not doing so well.
Sorry, I didn't mean to storm off. I just wanted to slowly, retrospectively.
Sure, yeah. The sentiment stands.
It's like youth group, and the sermon's done, and they're like, "Why don't we all think about this?" And we all feel like we have to think about it, and so we all walk very slowly away. That's what that was, right?
It was.
I know the image you were creating.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm pretty amicable with you, Sir Ilfis, but if you have anything that you would like to share with me, Peter had really good feedback, so I'd love to hear anything that you'd like to tell me.
Well, I mean, it seems like your mother's quite a kind person.
She's the best.
So why are you here?
Well, fishing is fun, like I mentioned, but I probably just wanted to experience something else, and they're not like a lot of friends outside of my own family, in the fishing community. So like, I was probably just wanting to find like new people, and seeking after adventure, something bigger than what the ocean could offer.
He just smiles a knowing smile. I know exactly what you mean.
So like, am I like going in the right direction, and are these the right people to be with?
Well, I can't answer either of those questions with a great deal of certainty. But let me ask you 2 questions. Do you feel like you're going in the right direction?
Oh, this is the best time of my life.
Are these good people?
Oh, they're the best. They're like family, and like I just love everything about everyone, except for like sometimes Thalia can be kind of mean, and sometimes Elt can get a little old with his groaning.
They're wearing armor, X. They think they're protecting themselves and others by acting the way that they act. They don't do it from a place of malice or harm. They do it because they've been hurt. And so they put on this armor to ensure that they'll never get hurt again. But the world doesn't work that way.
So like, how do I like metaphorically like take off that armor off of them? Because it seems like really stuck on.
Love them. Know that they are good people. Tell them often and honestly, and give them time.
I'm gonna nod, and I'm gonna head immediately over to Thalia and be like, hey Thalia, sorry for like not being very patient with how you wanted to proceed. I love you. That is all, and I'm just gonna walk away.
I'm just gonna like.
Ilphus looks at the 3 of you remaining. Who's next?
Well, not me. Thank you.
Of course not you. This must be strange for you, Aurora Everard of the Imperium City. Everard. No relation to the
Yes.
Counselor of
Yes.
Conjuration.
All of those things, unfortunately.
So what brings some of your high birth out to the proverbial armpit of the world?
Oh, this and that. I mean, I really want to see other things, you know, other than the city. It's all I've known. The castle, the throne, all of the things that come with it. So, yeah, I just wanted to see other things and do other things and maybe learn some stuff along the way.
I think that will do you well.
I think so too.
Many of those people, the 9 chancellors, sit in their castles and sit on their thrones and believe that they understand what the world needs, but they've never been out in it.
That's what I've been saying the entire time. But they never would listen. They just like sitting there in their powerful positions and telling everyone else what to do.
Certainly, if everyone's listening to what you say, then
I
you
know.
must believe that you're saying the right things.
It's absolutely crazy. I don't understand them. Well, maybe I do a little, but I just want to get away from all that. I don't like it. Not at all.
Good for you.
Thank you for your support.
He just sort of smiles and gives you a little wink. And you, oh, great and grand horned mistress of the abyss. What brings a tiefling to the wild?
When I think about it, it's kind of funny actually. I couldn't be a burden to my parents anymore, so I left. And
somewhere along the way, I met these 5 other weirdos, and it was the first time I really felt like I was home.
What made you feel like you were a burden?
Oh, it's a long story, and I don't really talk about it.
I shan't pry. But I'm sure they loved you.
They did,
In their own way.
and I love them. But it's better that I'm not with them. It's better that way.
It's nice that you think so.
Just kind of don't know what to say to that, so I just kind of nod and.
Well, what a day. I don't know about the lot of you, he raises his voice so everybody across the hillock can hear, but I need a nap. So, enjoy yourselves. Eat as much soup as you like. Drink the tea. Thank you for the water.
Oh, anytime.
And hopefully, come morning, we can go. But if not, I look forward to another day of whatever that was.
I run up and give him a very socially awkward hug.
He returns like the best grandpa hug you have
what I
ever
was
had.
hoping for.
Wipe away a tear.
And he just opens the door to his barrel wagon and creaks in, and it sort of like wobbles a little bit as he gets in, and after a couple of minutes you just hear a soft
He's living the retired RV life.
What time is it?
He's all right.
it's like 4 in the afternoon, 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Nice.
Yeah. That'd be too
Sometimes.
sleep a lot. I'm just gonna like wipe the soup off of myself.
Oh, let me get that for you, Thalia. And I'll prestidigitation her as well.
Can I just look to see if there's anything wrong with the cart?
It's like a vacuum.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Thanks, X.
Oh, no problem. Sorry about our disagreement earlier.
14. You sort of poke around the cart for a little bit, and you notice on one of the axles, it's not actually broken, but it's within a couple of days' ride, there's a good chance that it'll slip the wheel.
With my proficiency, would I know how to fix it?
What proficiencies do you have?
The wood carver tools.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Can I try to start? Or would I know that that's going to wake him up? Like, do I have to take it apart to fix it, or can I just get under there?
No, you could just get under there and fiddle with it. Go ahead and make dexterity. So it's dexterity plus proficiency.
Roll, or just use my
Yeah,
dex?
D20 plus dex plus proficiency.
Oh.
I'll give you advantage because you're proficient.
Thank you.
Yeah. And you've got time.
11.
11? So it takes probably until sundown, so 3 or 4 hours, because you're trying to be careful. You're not trying to wake him up and everything else like that. But after 3 or 4 hours with like some shims and like taking a little, like shaving a little wood off of his water barrel and everything else like that, you're able to shore it up so that he'd probably get a good month or so before there's going to be a problem. It's not fixed, but it's jury-rigged.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good enough for me.
Is anybody else doing anything that evening? No? Okay. So, the night passes. Is anybody keeping watch?
I'll keep watch.
I'll keep watch as well.
Okay. We'll do 3 watches. So Thalia can roll 1, Extos can roll 1, Peter can roll 1. So we'll do first watch, second watch, last watch.
Can Thalia talk to X when?
Mhm.
A perception?
Yep.
10.
8.
12.
Okay. Fairly quiet watch for you. It's a fairly dark night, mostly just starlight that is going on. And do you keep the fire going or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're mostly just looking into the fire, and because the fire is up and you don't have dark vision, basically anything beyond the firelight is just gone. But you hear the sounds of the buffalo moving and shuffling, and it just continues on throughout your watch. And then about 2.5 hours into the night, you wake Extos up for his watch.
X, come on, it's your turn.
Oh, okay. I'm awake, and I am here to protect our family. Let's do this.
I just want you to know something.
Yeah, anything.
I know that you're really trusting, but you can't trust everybody. Sometimes people betray you, and it gets people killed.
Well, I mean, if someone is really nice to me and they haven't hurt me, then I'm probably just going to trust them, right?
Sometimes people pretend. Sometimes you think you can trust them, and then it changes.
Well, what if you're pretending? Are you pretending to be nice to me?
No,
But how would I know?
you wouldn't. You're gonna wink at him and walk away.
Okay, good night, love you.
Same thing for your watch. Mostly just like staying warm by the fire and, thinking about everything that's happened over the last couple of weeks and whatnot. And again, no dark vision. So every time you look out over your shoulder, it's like, yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
I'm gonna ask the cats if they see anything.
One is like curled up in your lap, and it's like, do you see anything?
Oh, we'll probably just say, yeah, enjoy
It's
it.
like mixed biscuits in your lap.
It's my favorite.
Okay, and then a couple hours in, you wake Pete up.
Hey, Peter, it's time to wake up. Watching camp.
Oh, is there anything crazy?
Well, actually, this cat seems to have some sort of massaging motion, so my tummy has never felt better.
Okay. I'll note that down. All right, I'm ready.
Okay, and for your watch, same thing, fairly quiet, no problems. And as the sun starts to break the horizon, you see off to the east the end of the line of buffalo. It's still probably an hour or two away, but you'll be able to move out today. And then morning comes.
How was it last night?
Uneventful, but there's good news.
Oh, yeah?
Look at the sunrise. And you're going to see a line break just after the horizon where the buffalo have ended.
Oh, look at that. They're almost done.
Yeah. Should probably wake the others. I think we can get out of here in 2-3 hours. And been held up enough, so it'd be nice to be moving.
That's great. You got breakfast on the go?
I've got it! And you hear some clinking pots and pans from inside the wagon. A cinnamon bun's all right.
Oh, so fancy.
Oh, what's a cinnamon bun? That sounds incredible.
And he comes out with an armful of pots and ingredients and a bag of flour and stuff. He's like, if you've got an hour, it'll blow your mind.
Can you teach me? I've never made those before.
I would love to.
I'm gonna roll a Constitution check against my mind being blown.
A wisdom saving throw.
You can't get up after you do it.
Ilphus is now my grandfather.
Yeah, so over the course of the next hour, he somehow manages in a cast iron pot over an open fire to make the most amazing cinnamon buns any of you have ever had in your entire life, and another pot of his tea, and just sort of quietly walks you through all of the steps of making them and everything else like that, but mostly just keeps to himself when he's like, okay, and this is, you've got to brown the butter, it's the best way, it tastes so much better than just putting cold butter in it, and so on and so forth.
Adorable.
Sally's gonna help, but just not saying anything, just doing what he says.
He notices and he smiles, but he gives you your space.
After breakfast, Elt's gonna ask, so what pulls the cart?
Oh, donkeys.
Where do they go?
It's a good bloody question. And then he just sort of looks off and goes, blows a loud whistle, and then sure enough, 2 hills over, a pair of donkeys just come trotting over, just chewing on some long grass. You wonder why they call them asses.
Are we? Yeah. I'll wait.
So as breakfast finishes, he, does the dishes, cleans up, packs up all his belonging, hitches up the donkeys and whatnot, and says, "Right, well, I suppose goodbye."
Elle's gonna wait till everybody leaves.
Okay.
No, well, I burst into tears, give him a hug, run away. He's my grandfather. Goodbyes were the hardest part.
He gives you a big, long, like one of those hugs that feels uncomfortable for a minute and then settles into just
Bliss.
the best. And he just sort of pats you on the shoulder and whispers in your ear, "Never believe someone's better without you."
Weeping, walking away.
I was gonna smile at him and nod.
He does the same back.
I'm gonna pick him up with a hug.
He sort of laughs as his joints creak a little bit. And he says, points to the instrument on your back. "You know how to play?"
Well, I'm still learning, but I do like to dabble, and probably like the best in my family of 4. So yeah.
"Give me a moment." And he sort of goes into his wagon and he comes out with the lute that he was playing the other day. And he says, "I think this suits you better," and hands it over. And it's beautiful. This like sort of like deep sort of cherry wood, like cittern-like lute with like all of this floral filigree and golden runes all around it. Is the most beautiful instrument that you have ever seen in your life.
Well, how do I like give this back to you when I'm done? Because it's absolutely incredible.
It was gifted to me at the right moment. When you're done with it, do the same.
Oh, and I'm just gonna like. We don't bow in my family. I've seen people bow before. Just feel like it's the right moment, and I'm just gonna go on my knees and just like, "Oh, Sir Ilphus, thank you. This is the most incredible gesture. Thank you."
He just breaks into like the just. Whew, excuse me. It's been a while since I've seen anyone do. Please, it's fine. It's.
Oh well.
How about we trade? You give me yours, and you keep this one.
Oh, definitely. It would be an honor, and I'm gonna be the best in Aloria with this loot. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. Look, it seems you might be the heart of this ragtag band of misfits. Keep that to mind. They're going to need you.
They need me? Huh. And I'm just gonna go back to inspecting the loot and shining it, and yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'll go up to him. Thank you for being so kind.
You're probably not used to it.
No, not really. I'm just going to take a dagger out of my belt and give it to him.
He takes it with reverence. He says, "1 second." He goes into the wagon and comes out. And he gives you a rose.
Oh, thank you. It's beautiful. That blade, I feel like you might need it. You're out here all alone and only cats to defend you, and they're not much.
They're quite fierce. But thank you.
What do I do with this rose? I mean, it's beautiful.
When the time comes, you'll know.
Okay. I'll just tuck it in my thing of arrows.
Okay. Well, far cry from shit-filled alleys, isn't it, Peter?
Yeah, it is much nicer out here. I do like it. I could do this.
You already are.
Will I see you again?
I sure as hell hope so.
What do I call you next time?
Ilphus Visbin. It's my name.
I'll figure out that secret next time. There's something going on.
There always is. Right. I guess that's just the two of us then, isn't it?
And I believe I owe you an apology, sir.
I doubt it.
I came off a little strong.
You tend to have that effect, so your friend said.
Yeah, I get that a lot. But perhaps I can work on it. Just been through a lot this last 20 years.
It's a hard world. It's a hard life. But he sort of like looks at the five of them just sort of standing around the hillock, saddling horses and getting ready to go. There's no shame in asking for help. It's strength to ask for help, not weakness. When you're ready.
He's just gonna reach out, shake his hand, and with his other hand, he's gonna point at the axe on his face. You're gonna want to get that checked. It's not gonna last forever.
Sort of looks over it and is, you're probably right. Thank you. You've got soft hands. I almost didn't hear the hammering.
He'll just chuckle and I'll take care, sir. Hopefully we'll see you again.
You as well. And when you pull your hand away, there's a small metallic whistle.
I'm not gonna look back. I'm just gonna look at it. And
Yeah, he's just walking away.
yeah.
I'm trying to say goodbye to each cat individually and kiss them.
They literally line up.
You did it. Only a non-levels up.
Just ask them. I ask each one, do you want to come with me?
They all sort of like purr and rub their head against you a little bit and then go and get in the back of the wagon.
Aww. I'm not like that disappointed. I'm just say my goodbyes.
Cute.
All right. And with that, Ilphus sort of gets up into the seat of the wagon and strums a chord on your lute that is now his lute and says, stories are going to be told one day of the six of you, I'm sure of it. Figure out what to call yourselves. It's much classier. And then just clops away down the hill.
Well, I guess we can think of a name on the road.
I guess so.
Well, Peter, do you want to lead the way?
Yeah, north is that way. Southeast is that way. This way. Let's go.
Follow you.
Okay.
How about the Lucky Six?
Elusus pipes up, furious.
I'm sorry for
Mick Jagger from Beyond the Grave.
We'll workshop it.
I like that.
Well, I haven't really been too lucky, but perhaps with this six we can.
You're here.
I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse.
Me neither.
Well,
He wink at you.
what about like the Mama's boys?
He will smile.
Oh, that kind of has a ring to it.
No.
Yeah,
Mama's boy.
he gets my vote.
Mama's.
I'm not calling myself a mama's boy.
Neither will
What
I.
does it mean?
Well, it means you're basically X.
That's not so bad.
Yeah.
It isn't?
I think you might be the best of all of us.
Oh my god.
Well, we can always work on it. I want consensus because we are a family. So like maybe just let's keep pondering.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right. So, survival check.
20.
20. Okay. So for the rest of that day, you get by just fine.
I'm gonna just be looking at it. Can I blow it? Just I don't want to blow like really loud. Just like
What languages do you read?
Common, Sylvan, and Elvish.
Okay. In Elvish, you see written on the back of it, blow me once in the greatest of need.
I'll tuck it away.
Okay.
Condor calls
So
Gondor calls for it.
again, we're gonna hand wave a couple of days of travel. Essentially, what's gonna happen here is each of you are going to roll a survival check for me, and that's going to determine how long it takes you to get to the tree. So Peter rolled first with a 20. And we're just gonna go around, and each one of you, and you guys can have any conversations or anything you want to do over this time period. But
Perception?
10.
okay, nature or survival. Sorry.
Are you still riding the same horse?
6.
Okay.
7.
Oh,
22.
17.
17.
Just saying it for the fun of it now, hey?
Okay, so you, as a group check, you had more successes than you did have failures. So overall, it is a group success. You are able to shore up one another's weaknesses with your strengths, and it takes you about 7 more days. I also need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Can we, have we seen the tree now? Or?
In a second.
Can I use my...
You can use your inspiration if you have inspiration, if you want to add to it.
15.
Not one.
Ooh.
11.
13.
With this?
What was that, Laura?
13.
I'll use my inspiration too.
Who gave me this purple one?
I would have, right?
No,
Talia.
Thalia did for the
Oh,
role
right,
play the other
right,
day.
right.
Yeah.
I still have 2 of these.
Yeah, I'm just giving it back. I used it.
Okay.
I give
I guess I can use luck. I'm gonna use luck. I think it's probably a good
That's
time.
what it's for.
So I can just re-roll. That's how it works.
Yep. But you have to take the second one
Okay.
When do you want us to say what conversation you have?
after this.
Okay.
17.
17. Okay.
Sweet. Can I use that on that last roll?
Yeah, you can add to it.
Okay.
Watch it be for nothing. We all just blew
Oh.
our inspiration.
Oh, 18.
18 for, and you had the 13 before, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who gave me this green?
I asked, he said, don't.
16.
I don't.
And you went from 11 to 16, is that correct?
That's
Or
right.
16 total?
Do you wanna pass this back to
16
Abby?
total.
Okay. Who got the 11? Sorry.
Is this mine?
I originally had an 11, but
That-
now, but I rolled
Whose
for
is this?
17 now.
Oh, okay. So it's just going to be a none. Okay, so go ahead and have your conversations. Anything that happens over, so it's going to be, you guys have been riding for 9 days. So anything that you guys want to do or talk about for the next 9 days, this is where it happens.
At some point, I'm assuming I can get even like 5 minutes with a nun where she's not around.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you've got 9 days. I'm sure you can find some private time.
Constantly avoiding you.
Totally avoiding it. Get away. Okay.
Axe is, or why do I keep calling me Axe?
Just say I. Just say I.
Elt's gonna go up. Just pretty confidently, but kind of unsure.
I see you coming. I cross my arms. I don't say anything. I just kind of walk away.
I'll come up and I'm gonna stand like 4 feet away and kind of like beside you.
Okay.
So we're just kind of standing side by side. I'll just look where you're looking.
Okay.
Well, I may owe you a bit of an apology for saying what I did 2 weeks ago.
Well, I can't say I expected that, so thank you.
And thank you for this. And he's gonna tap the amulet. I feel like it'll come in handy for the amount of times that I get knocked out in battle, but
I mean, yeah, I kind of did that as a petty fuck you, but you're welcome. You probably need it more than I do anyways, so.
he'll just kind of chuckle. But I mean it. I am not as angry as I seem. So I'm sorry I came off that way.
I've been thinking a lot about what Ilphus was saying, and I guess you weren't there, but he was just saying that you know, some people walk around with armor that we don't always see on, and I think that I probably took it a lot more personally than I needed to. So, you know, let's just put it in the past. And I just kind of stick my hand out. Like, we're good now.
I'll shake it and just smiling. Happy to hear that. And if it's night, I'll say, enjoy the rest of your night.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna find my way at some point to ride beside Thalia. So Thalia, obviously you're part of our crew, and we are, I think we're friends because I trust you, and I really like to be in your company. But I was maybe just a little curious about like maybe what you're looking for in this adventure, and perhaps maybe it seems like you're running from something. So I was curious, like, is there something that is chasing you?
No, there's nothing chasing me. I just want a fresh start.
Well, usually when we want a fresh start, there's something that we dread, and perhaps either was hurting us, or like sometimes my dad actually, we made a new boat because like the previous boat was ravaged by the heart of the storm. So like, was there something that ravaged the heart of your life?
You know how your mom and dad are like so great, and you talk about them all the time, and you're all best friends?
Yeah, they are pretty great.
Yeah, that wasn't my life.
Well, that's okay, but like, what was your life?
I don't really like talking about it, but just important people that just disappeared on me, and someone else that got killed, and I think it was my fault.
Well, I'm really sorry that some people left your life. But like, why do you think that it was your fault?
Because I'm here and he's not.
Who's he?
He's my friend.
Your friend?
Yeah, he was stupid. He never should have gotten involved in that anyway.
Well, now that we're kind of family and we're soon to come up with a name, I just want you to know that like I'm like really trustworthy, and there's like really no desire to like ever hurt you. So like you can like trust me, and if there's anything you want to share with me, I don't even have to tell everyone, because like I'm not about like the gossip, because my mom says like if you're gonna talk about someone, make sure you do it to their face. So like if there's anything that I want to say, I will make sure that you'll give me the permission to share with everyone else.
I appreciate that, X. Thank you. I trust you too. I want to forget that part of my life. That Sally is dead. I'm creating a new life now.
Well, I'll just have to say that like previous Thalia and also current Thalia and also future Thalia is pretty good in my books. So yeah, like that's it.
Thanks, X. You know, you're a good guy. And I just want to make sure that nobody takes advantage of that.
Well, I see like some sort of like protector, like my like knight in shining armor, but like I'm not a knight.
And I'm not so shiny. But I feel like someone's got to look out for you.
Well, thanks. That's really nice of you. I'm gonna look after you too.
Thanks, X.
Well, this is where our conversation comes to a pass. And I'm gonna go back in line.
Over a couple days, Peter's gonna have makeshift magic lessons, and they'll be bad. Like, this kid has no ability to create a curriculum of any sort. Like, this is as unstructured as structured gets.
So just following his whims.
And he's using words like "wabam," you just gotta feel it, and he's like rolling his hands in the air. But
Probably shooting fireballs.
and but about an hour every day, probably before bed, I'm talking a lot about magic.
Okay.
How to feel magic, how to work through magic, and I'm practicing the blade song, which is new to me, and I don't really know how to move so fast and so quietly. But yeah.
Laura, you with Elven heritage. When Peter practices the blade song, it is literally a song. He is singing in Elvish and channeling an Elvish magic through his entire body. And this is something that both of you would have heard of. Blade singers are
Does he physically
rare.
sing?
Physically sings.
Okay.
It's more of a beatbox or like a dubstep, but
But this is a thing of legend. Like by far not every elf can master the blade song, and it is a handful in a generation. But every elf or people who have elven heritage know of it.
At some point then, when probably the first time, Elt's gonna ask, where did you learn this from? Is there a bit of an elf in you?
Oh, I am a half elf, but no, this just came to me. This is just something I always had in me.
It's impressive.
It's as surprising to you as it is to me.
If you ever want a sparring partner, I'll spar with you.
Yeah, I've been looking for someone to match, but if I can't find anyone, you'll do.
Well, it's not what I expected.
And I'll cast Mage Armor and be like, any day.
I'm just gonna summon my glaive. I'll just be like, I'm ready when you are.
And I will have Blade Song going and move 120 feet in circles around you in 1 second.
Okay.
Well, 6 seconds.
6 seconds. Full vortex.
I'm just gonna stand there and listen. I don't know if we're actually fighting or not, so I'm just enjoying.
No, we're not.
Well,
Yeah.
Just enjoying.
One thing to keep in mind for mage armor,
Mhm.
you can cast it, but you can't be wearing armor when you cast it.
I'm buck naked. Okay,
You
got
have
it.
to take, so it's either you can wear your leather armor,
It's quite the song.
or you can wear clothes. You just can't wear mage armor is a thing that you can cast on yourself. So you have mage armor, and it lasts for 8 hours. So good thing to remember. But yeah, when you wear it, you can't be wearing other armor. So it takes the place of wearing armor. So it's 13 plus your dexterity mod. So you can do the math whether or not it's worthwhile to wear your armor or wear mage armor.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just go up to Elt and see what he's doing. How have you been these
Is
last
this just any of the?
the
Okay, yeah.
days? How have you been these last few days?
Well, quiet, just thinking and fighting inside.
Have you talked to your god yet? Is that what it's called?
I wouldn't call him a god. I don't even like calling him a master, but
Have you talked to him at all?
I haven't. I kind of wanted to figure out what I'm going to say before I chat with him. I don't know if he's going to be very pleased that I'm already starting to have a bit of a hesitation with what he's asked me, but...
Your own side thing here.
I was focused on the conversation. I just saw Tyler's go.
Give you reverse inspiration.
Take away.
I cast Bane on it.
Have you tried talking to the mother?
I haven't really tried talking to many people.
Well, you can talk to her through the ring. I tried and it worked.
You think she'd know something?
Maybe. I mean, it's worth a try.
Maybe one of these nights I'm gonna have to have a couple conversations then. How have you been?
Oh, I'm good.
I feel like you say that a lot.
Yeah.
You seem that good. X, he seems that good. But
That's true. He's always good. What a guy.
just as I opened up to you, I may not always have the right things to say, but you can chat with me. No stranger to the darker side of life. So you got some heavy things. I can listen.
Thanks for the offer.
Anytime.
The night before we probably get to the tree, because we'd have an idea of when we'd be getting there, right? Like from the map, like we'd.
Yeah. So on that note, not from the map so much, but starting on sort of the afternoon of the 7th day, you guys start blowing in the wind, coming across huge dried leaves, like the size of this table, dried leaves, with just blowing in the wind. Few at first, 1 or 2 every now and again, and the further and further you go, more and more and more. And then on the 8th day, you see in the distance a huge cliff, and on top of that cliff, just barely imperceptibly, the outline of a massive tree with very few leaves still clinging to its branches. And when you see that, all of you feel a pressure on your mind, but you're all sort of able to shake it off, except for you, Anon. And when you see the tree for the first time, you are completely bowled over with feelings of compassion and joy for an entire minute. It is like your entire body just shuts down and your mind explodes with fireworks of joy and compassion.
I just, like, it's such a shock to experience that, and I'm just kind of like looking at the tree, like a couple tears. It's like overwhelmed, totally overwhelmed by the emotions. But yeah, I guess when it kind of fades away after a minute.
Yeah, it's just like
this surge.
super overwhelming, and then
Okay.
holy fuck.
Yeah, kind of like look around, and be like, I've never felt anything like that before. Did anyone else feel that?
I felt like there's a pressure. What did it feel like to you?
Just this like overwhelming joy and like, compassion, and just like I've never felt feelings that strong before. I couldn't even speak.
Sounds nice.
Sounds like X.
Is that what you feel like every day?
Well, yeah, to be honest, your description is not that shocking. But I am encouraged to hear that you are turning a new, and I look over, leaf.
All joy just
Here, I'm giving
goes
you
away.
So
I like
good.
the joke.
Okay, as we're all kind of standing looking at this tree, it's like, okay, guys, I need to tell you something. I've been waiting because I don't know, I didn't know how to bring it up, but do you remember after the battle when that raven came to me? He told me something. I think it was a message, or I don't know, maybe it seemed like something that could help us.
What did he tell you?
What he told me was, in the tree is a heart, and the heart is a dragon. The way to heal the tree is through the dragon.
So now we're fighting a dragon.
I don't know what that means.
Well, if she felt love and compassion, maybe we're opposite fighting it.
Well,
So the mother
befriending
sent
it?
us to love
Yeah.
a dragon?
That's it.
Opposite fighting. How your brain works.
I'm calling love for forever from now on. Abby, I opposite fight you.
like, what could that mean? Is there a dragon there? Does the dragon live in the tree? Ilfia said something about the tree having a heart.
I can tell you one thing: we're not ready to fight a dragon.
Maybe we don't have to fight it.
True.
I mean, it sounds, you got a pretty nice feeling.
I did. It felt the best feeling I've ever had.
What I've heard, if like ravens are like revered, like good or evil as like an animal, like
Make an Arcana or Religion check.
I rolled a 6.
Don't know shit.
Ravens are sure cool birds. Really smart.
Yeah.
Well, guys, when I was like, after we were having them, those special mushrooms, and I was talking to my mom, she gave me like a lot of good life advice. But like, hey, look, what if we ask the mom about with the ring, like about the dragon in the jewel?
Should we all like put our hands together and like do like a chant?
Oh, that sounds actually like really bonding. Maybe if we all hold hands.
Should we? Yeah, let's hold
I'm just gonna
hands.
grab whoever is beside me, like right away.
I'm beside you.
Cool. I'm grabbing Peter's hand. And
Peter
balancing.
immediately starts sweating.
like the clammiest
Damn,
hands.
Peter, are you nervous or something?
No, that's you. You're just wet. Me.
Oh, I don't want to do Nessie, so that makes sense. Of course. Guys, come on, put your hands together.
And I just grabbed Valia's hand.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
That was the worst prop acting I've ever seen. You're all like, oh, okay.
Well, okay. This is a voice show.
My
Not
hands
as
truly
a
are.
video show.
All right, guys. My hands are clapping now. I'm stressed.
Okay, here we go. Dear mother.
No, wait.
Oh,
I had to say, come in.
oh, okay.
Did you say that?
Yeah, I did.
I know you did.
hello, mother.
I don't think you need to.
We are here. Come in.
Mom?
And we are in front of
It's just gonna roll
the
her eyes.
tree that you sent us to. It appears that we have heard from some sort of raven that there's a dragon inside the tree which we cannot see.
And the way to heal the tree is through the dragon. What could that mean?
If you can hear us, please give us your most motherly advice
I'm just
for your
holding the
mission.
ring up to my ear now.
Sally's gonna go,
Well, children,
What?
I think I heard her. Hello?
I hear you speaking.
Guys, can you hear that voice?
Yes, it's mother. You're all a bunch of nitwits.
Okay.
just kidding.
I open my eyes and see Thalia. That was you the whole time? These rings don't even work?
I'm sure it worked. I'm just fucking with you.
Roll 2d20s.
Okay, 2d20s. Can I use your lucky
Yeah.
d20?
You just grabbed mine. You didn't
A
want
12 and a 14.
A 12 and a 14. Okay. So, you guys are all standing in a circle. holding hands. Tell me, we're just going to go start from Peter and go around. What are you thinking about as you're holding hands and Extos is saying all of this?
I really hope I didn't come all this way to be killed by a dragon. I just think we could find a better way to heal this tree.
I don't think I'm ready to fight a dragon. I really hope that we can find the father so that we don't have to face this thing.
Oh, Thalia's a really jerk, and like, I really wish that these rings would work. Want to heal this big tree dragon?
I'm just repeating the message that I heard in trying to like communicate it to her and be like, what does this mean?
Sally's thinking, I really like these guys. I hope it works out.
2 brief things. Wondering if connecting to the ring's gonna need blood like I do with my patron, and if the father's if the dragon's the father.
Okay. So, you guys are all standing around, squeezing one another's hands, thinking all of these different thoughts. And nothing seems to happen at first. you start to think, this isn't going to work. This is not. And then as soon as like that doubt starts to creep into your mind just a little bit, all of your rings warm up. And you hear just a soft voice in your head, all at once, all the same. You don't have to kill the dragon. You have to save it. Something has made the tree sick, and the dragon keeps it alive. It's using its own life force now to hold on. You're strong enough for whatever this is. It is not the Father, but it might be their influence. And then a huge gust of wind blows across all of you, and the leaves around you swirl in this huge sort of tornado that is around you of these massive, like, house-sized trees. And then it stops, and they all just sort of drift to the ground around you, and the rings on your fingers go cold again.
Can I pull the rose out of my quiver?
Mm-hmm.
Has anything happened to it?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, put it back.
Guys, Thalia, was that you again? Because if it was, I'm really not open for all the disappointment again.
No, X, no, that was the real deal, I think.
Yeah, I heard it too.
So nobody try to kill that dragon. I'm looking at you, and I'm looking at you. And I'm looking at you.
We're here to save it. Who do you
Thought I
think
was
we
gonna
are?
And I'm looking at you.
We'll save it.
Where we gotta find it first?
Is it
Let's go to
inside the tree?
Let's see what we can find.
How do we get inside the tree?
Can I do an investigation check and just see if there's like any like areas of the tree that are?
We're not there yet, though.
Oh, we're not.
You're still
you
like
can
a
just
day and a half
see it.
away. This is when you first see the tree.
You start investigating, checkmate.
What do your eagle eyes see?
Question for you, actually. Sure. Have you played the instrument at all?
I was. What I was actually thinking about doing is when, when Peter was playing his song, I was wanting to like not be close because I'm not confident enough on the lute, but I wanted to like kind of like try to like nail some of the notes alongside.
Okay. As you play it for the first time and you're sort of like plucking and mucking around with it, it is the sweetest sounding instrument that you ever have played. And after like an hour of playing around with it and everything else like that, something clicks in your mind. This is not just an instrument. This is a magical instrument. And I need you to add an item called the Macfire Cittern. It is spelt quite funkily. So if you go into your inventory and type in Mac and then a dash, this is one of the legendary instruments of the bards.
Ooh.
And has some magic properties to it. It is a wondrous item. It is a superior instrument. A creature that attempts to play the instrument without being attuned to it, which thankfully you were attuning to it because you were gifted to it, takes 2d4 psychic damage. So if anybody else plays your instrument, they're going to get hurt.
Noted.
It also comes with a bunch of spells built into it. Fly, invisibility, levitate, protection from evil and good, bark skin, cure wounds, and fog cloud. So it has a specific number of points that you can spend each day.
Okay.
To cast specific.
That's
So some of
so
these spells
cool.
take a lot more points, and some of them take less. But
That's
you
dope.
have a specific number of points per day. They use your spellcasting DC and everything else like that. But using this instrument, you gain a few extra goodies.
Nice.
That's so cool.
Holy cow! I found it.
Pays to be friendly.
Truly does.
I got nothing.
Either, and I have the guy choice.
I got some leftovers.
I got grandfather.
In a Tupperware.
Oh,
It's
you
fine.
get it either. Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's fine. I thought I was his favorite.
So
cow.
cool.
Okay. So, for the next day and a half, as you guys move closer and closer to this tree, that pressure on each of your minds gets heavier and heavier and heavier, and nothing else seems to happen, but it's like being close to this tree. It has a presence, and you are feeling that presence push down upon you. And then on the morning of the 9th day, you stand at the bottom of this 250-foot cliff, looking up, straight up. And there's switchbacks that go up the cliff, so it's not like you have to climb straight up. But it is going to be a slog to get up on this plateau where this giant great tree is. This is where we're going to end this week's session. And also, you are all now level 5.
Oh shit.
So we're going to roll some hit points.
Oh, right now? Okay.
So with the training, I will give you the option, Extos. You can either take a level in Bard or a level in Wizard. It is your choice.
Do you have to just?
Oh.
Can I decide
Right
for
now.
the beginning of the next episode?
Okay. I will give you the time to think about it.
Okay.
So don't roll hit points because either it'll be a D8 or a D6, depending
Okay.
upon which you take.
I'm gonna convert all of you to wizardry.
Peter, are you taking a rogue level or a wizard level?
All wizard.
Okay.
I'll probably be wizard ultimately.
So roll your D6 for hit points.
We're just gonna ignore that.
Why does that?
We reroll ones for hit points in this house as well, so.
I've had nothing but 2s since the beginning. Son of a bitch.
Did you
You
get a
actually
2?
get a 2?
Wow.
It's
That's
meant
so
to be.
funny.
Wow.
2's a 2.
Oh man.
Yeah. Okay.
That's unreal.
What is the sorcerer again?
6.
What, just one?
1d6, and then you add your Constitution modifier.
Gotcha. I got a 2 as well. What the hell? You
I'm a
cursed
6
me.
too, right?
No, you're D8. Everybody else is a
Oh.
D8 unless X
Oh,
takes
everyone
a.
else is a D8?
8.
Nice.
So it's
Actually, you're D10
19.
if you do Warlock. I think. I'm pretty sure Warlock
Is
is
it an
D10.
8? Is it here?
That's
No,
forward.
it says 5d8.
Okay. Why did I think it was 10? Oh, that's
Yeah,
Ranger, I
natural
think.
No, you have to
add
add
it
it there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
where?
looked at it on the modifier?
Oh.
Oh,
Right.
And
a
do-
2.
Oh my god!
I got a 3.
You just
You got a 3?
type
B
it
always
there.
gets super
Oh,
high on hit
okay.
points.
Yeah.
So just add that to roll HP.
No, no, because I
Yeah,
have
add,
48
just you
right
add the
now.
number to your rolled HP and we'll automatically add your Constitution modifier.
Rolled HP.
Because
Oh, I
in my
see. So you
rolled
have to go into
HP it
manage.
said 40, but I actually have 48 hit points.
Manage
Because it's
character models.
adding your Constitution mod to that.
Oh, I see, I
Yeah.
see.
So you have because you have a +2 Constitution modifier, so
I
it was
see.
giving you an
Roll
extra
5
8
and
hit
then
points.
the manage HP.
So your roll will be 42 now, but you'll actually have 52 hit points because you'll have 2 per level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, wait. Your roll will be 48 because you got an 8.
Yeah.
Get a new invocation. Oh, I already know which one I'm taking.
This is the best gift I've ever received, both in person. and this is so epic reading it.
But it's still at 48.
Make friends with interesting people and things happen. All right. Well,
Doesn't make sense.
as these guys are all figuring out their characters and everything else like that, thank you once again for watching, and we will see you next Monday. We love you, and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.